Alrighty, and we are live. I just want to full screen this picture, please, computer. Okay, computer's being weird, and it just disappeared. Alright. Good evening, everybody. Technical difficulties, more than once now. I couldn't figure out how to full-size this image, or make the stupid program read the file folder as a program, so I have to do this individually and screen cap it all. And that just looks terrible, but oh well, we've got these giant-ass borders on the picture of Halo Infinite. So this is just going to be a little stream talking about, E3 in general, mostly what I thought was cool, but anyone in the chat wants to chime in. And I've also got my two friends here. Kiryu and Adman, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Adman here. I'm here for this awesomeness of here.
Well put. I should put that.
I'm here for this awesomeness and
the awesomeness of here. I need to put that on a shirt.
that should be the title of the fucking stream.
Damn ads. I hate ads.
Here for this awesomeness.
You don't need to like watch the stream, Adam. You can just see it.
Oh, all right.
I need to plug my laptop in. I forgot to do that.
Can
the image is more of just for so there's stuff. Oh, yo, Thompson's in here. Oh shit, actually, hey, Thompson, do you want to join in? Because I can add you in the Discord.
He's playing Dota.
Oh, he's playing Dota. Never mind, you're playing Dota. Yeah. You're not gonna want to play shit. I apologize if anyone can hear the fan in the background, but it's like 100 fucking degrees here, even though it's 9:30, and
he's not a fan of us.
I'm not dealing with that. I'm not a fan of any of y'all. All right, well, I think that's enough pontificating. Go away, Apple. I don't want to update you. Okay. All right, cool. So, Xbox had a lot of really good stuff, but as usual, it was almost nothing that's exclusive to them. It's mostly just the shit that they got to do because Sony wasn't there, which I found kind of surprising. Yeah, so we can try and figure out what Sony's gonna do on their thing later.
Well, let's take a quick moment and pause and talk about that fucking armor.
I know, actually.
Jesus Christ, it's beautiful.
Okay, there was a lot of background noise on your end. God, this is bothering me how stupid this looks when it's all, like, not full screen because it's not the right resolution. Can I crop this? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm gonna crop this. See if it'll let me. Anyway, while I'm trying to fix this, let's go ahead and talk. Adam, I know this really isn't kind of your, like, realm, but
yeah, my shtick.
Yeah, what do you think just off the cinematic trailer, Kiryu? I was gonna leave it at that. It's not that way.
Just off the cinematic trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't finished Halo 5. It's like
you shouldn't.
I didn't get very far. I didn't get very far. But have you played it through all the way through?
Halo 5, no. I have seen it been played all the way through, but I personally haven't played it.
So it ends like Halo 3 did, with him being stuck in space, then?
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, I'm only putting this here because I do really love Halo, like from a lore standpoint.
Oh yeah.
Even though like the original trilogy is the best and everything else is just kind of there. But the original,
original trilogy plus Reach and ODST.
Well, yeah, I haven't played ODST yet, but I do love Reach. But just talking about like past 3, chronologically. But with Halo Infinite, I really, just because I haven't finished 5, I don't really know what's going on. But so end of 5, he's in space again. And they said, and the dude says like they lost. Like, what was happening at the end of Halo 5? Like, I know Cortana is back, but
yeah, Cortana pretty much just went AWOL, took control of the Guardians, and you know what the Guardians are, though, right?
Yeah, like the
giant constructs that the Forerunners made.
Okay, see, I was thinking of the guys from Halo 4.
Yeah, that's also the Forerunners.
Prometheans, that's what I was thinking.
Prometheans?
Yeah, because I know you fight them in the beginning of 5.
Yeah. No, but it was made by the Forerunners, and she takes controls of that, and decides to just like, you know what? I'm gonna just like Mass Effect the shit out of this place.
You know what? Fuck humanity.
Well, it's not just for humanity, for like every organic sentient
Oh,
species.
so she goes forerunner on the galaxy, but without the flood being there as a reason.
Yeah, and she just pretty much just goes on a genocidal spree with the
Okay.
with the Guardians, and the UNSC Infinity is like on the run.
Just like the first
Um,
Halo.
yeah, pretty much replace the Pillar of Autumn with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Infinity.
I mean, because we
Um,
see in the trailer, when the dude like runs into Chief and pulls him in, restarts and all that shit, and we see that there's like a busted Halo ring. Whatever, is that part of the end of 5?
I'm not sure. I
Okay.
don't think it is. I'm not even sure what installation that is. I know it's
Which
not
one?
like I know it's not like Delta Halo or any of like the known ones,
Yeah, the
because
known
all of them
ones.
have pretty much been destroyed.
Yeah, what I think
Um,
is interesting how he has like he inputs, like the chip that Cortana's supposed to be on, and there's like
mhm.
he has to like do an override to put it in there, and then he I forgot where he like warped to, but didn't he like warp to somewhere, or he went somewhere and like dropped the chip somewhere? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I forgot.
I don't totally remember. Anyway, the fact that it's just cinematic means there's not much to really go off of as far as gameplay, or even really as the story is, just because there's so little shown here. I just wanted to
Mhm.
start off with this because it was the only thing that Microsoft showed that I really have any interest in. Actually, while we're here, any thoughts on Project Scarlet? I mean, they didn't tell us like anything
The
about
new
it, but
Xbox.
yeah, the new Xbox Project Scarlet.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to have like what the new PC graphics cards. It's supposed to have that like
Yeah,
ray
they said they're working with
tracing.
AMD or something.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be
Um.
really, really high tech, even more than the Xbox One X, which has me worried about pricing, because the One X
Mhm.
finally took a price hit where now it's the same price as a Pro, because even with that extra hardware, they weren't selling shit because they don't make enough games that are
Yeah.
exclusive, or just it's all around. It's not as good,
But
but
for
I find it
Project
interesting.
Scarlet, I mean, it sounds promising.
It could be
Uh,
cool, but I'm probably not going to buy it. Especially the kicker is they said that they didn't say it during the event, but they said that Halo Infinite is coming to the Xbox One as well. So
yeah. If
it's
if if, if they
it's a Project Scarlet launch title, but they're releasing it on the previous one. Which, I mean, to be fair, Nintendo did the same thing with Breath of the Wild, but the
I mean,
difference was not everyone owned a Wii U. So.
if if um if Halo Infinite comes out for PC also, I'm just not buying the
Oh
Scarlet.
yeah, that's the thing. It's just like because we're getting the Master Chief Collection, which unfortunately we didn't hear jack shit about at E3.
Yeah,
I was hoping they're gonna be like, and I
at
know
least like a
Infinite's.
release date.
No, no, no. See,
Like,
what I was honestly hoping for, just like, and we know you all really want Halo Infinite. It's really far away, but here's something to hold you over in the meantime. And then they just like put Halo Reach up on the screen, available now for PC. Like, can you
dude, if it
imagine
was
how
available now,
badass? Can you imagine how
I
cool
would.
that would be? No, if that was available for PC, we'd be streaming that right now.
Hell yeah,
We'd be
dude!
streaming
I'd
Reach
empty my fucking
multiplayer.
bank account. I'd be
Yeah.
like, shut up and take my money.
Seriously,
Just for Reach
I'm
Infinite.
excited for that, and they didn't say anything about it, which makes me kind of sad.
Hmm. I wanted
But
like
oh
at
well.
least like a release date, just something. Give me hope.
Yeah, that's what I really want something more about it because they haven't said anything about it for some time now,
Hmm.
and makes me kind of upset. Um, okay, I'm still trying to tweet out this because my tweets keep failing. Okay, there it goes. Okay, now we're on Twitter too. Um, Yeah, so I don't know, because, yeah, if Halo Infinite comes out on Xbox One, chances are it's going to come out on the PC as well. And if that's the case, I mean, I might have to upgrade my PC to run it, depending on what the specs are, but I am not going to get another
Hmm.
X... I mean, I don't have an Xbox One anyway. I use my little brothers to play the Halo Master Chief Collection, and
Yeah.
what I got to of 5. So I don't even... I have no interest in buying a Scarlet already, and we know PS5 is in production, and it's according to what they're saying, it's gonna be backwards compatible out the wazoo. So I'm definitely
Hmm.
gonna get that just
They
because
learned.
that's who I back anyway. And if they do it right, unlike how the Xbox One does it, where it's like you gotta have internet connection and it downloads a digital version of the game, and then you
Yeah.
still need the disc to play it. I mean, that it's such a runaround, and as most anyone watching this knows, I work at GameStop, and I always have to tell people this. Like, they was like, "Oh yeah, it's backwards compatible. We're good." It's like, yeah, but do you have internet connection? Because not everyone has internet, and it's just
Hmm.
like, sorry to break this to you, but if you don't have internet, you can't do backwards
Remember
compatible
back in
games.
the days of the PlayStation 2 where you could just put in a
You just
PlayStation
pop in
1
a
disc?
PlayStation game and play it, or hell, even the PS3 does that with OG PlayStation. You can still do that.
Yeah.
And even the original PlayStation 3 was
Or the
backwards compatible with
Wii
PS2.
with
No,
GameCube.
no. With Nintendo, with literally anything,
Yeah, that's
like
true.
every time a system comes out, it's backwards compatible with Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all works with Game Boy DS. Hell, that even worked with Game Boy Advance.
Super Nintendo is compatible, or the Nintendo
No,
64 is compatible with the Super Nintendo.
yeah, all right, go fuck yourself. Most of the time, once we got past the GameCube for home console, it was always backwards compatible until we got to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But they do a really good job with that. So we'll see. We'll see. That's another conversation for another day, comparing consoles and histories and shit like that. But anyway, I think that's all we've got for Halo. So let's go ahead and move on as I show everyone my stream stats again. Okay.
Behold,
So here's the big one: Cyberpunk 2077. So
Keanu Reeves.
yeah, with Keanu featuring Keanu Reeves from the Devil May Cry series.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one that I know a lot of people hyped for last year because they showed like a demo for character creation and a little bit of gameplay, and this time there was no gameplay. It was just cinematic trailer. I actually never watched that gameplay trailer from last year's E3. But
Well, I saw snippets of it.
yeah, it sounds really cool. It sounds like there's a lot of customization. I like, even although I do like just the base design for this dude, looks pretty cool. I like the idea of like you can just summon blades out of your arm, like all mechanical and shit. Like, I think there's a lot of potential here for what you could do from a weapon standpoint. I'm just curious, is it going to be purely focused on? Is it going to be like free roam? Is it going to be more like Doom? I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be free roam, just because of how much they're spinning it as a custom game.
I'm assuming it's gonna be thematically and maybe gameplay similar wise to Deus Ex. So,
which I haven't played, but I kind of know the series.
Both Human Revolution and the other one that came out recently. Forgot what it's called.
Oh damn it! I know which one you're talking about. Go on.
I assume it's going to be thematically and maybe gameplay wise similar to Deus Ex.
Yeah, I can see that. And apparently it's supposed to be like really, really choice based. Like what you do really can affect outcomes of what happens, even in any given like situation.
Which Detroit become human but with action.
Yeah, it seems like it could be actually, yeah, more like that when I think about it. Yeah, I know there's a collector's edition. Unfortunately, all the collector's editions that were announced at E3, except for Gears of War 5, which I'm not going to bother talking about because I've never played those games.
I played the Gears of War 2.
Okay, well, there's one out of the like a 5-game series. They're all online only, like pretty much any retailer. Because I was hoping to pre-order the Doom Eternal collector's edition, but we'll get to that. Yeah, the collector's edition look kind of cool. It's got the statue of the main character, which is kind of weird considering the whole point of the game is making your own shit. But like, here's the main character in a statue in like the canon like design.
It's like if Mass Effect released like a canon statue of like Shepard.
Well, he's not just that one? I thought that was just the one look. You can customize it?
Yeah, you can customize Shepard.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that. I've never played any of the Mass Effect games.
I mean, you can get male or femme Shepard.
Well, I know there's a female one. I knew that. But yeah.
Honestly, her voice actor is just better. Or voice actress is just better.
So I don't know. I'm kind of excited, and it's slated for what, April next year? I think the 16th, something like that.
2020. Yeah.
I know it's next year, and it's next year in April. So I don't know. I'll as we get closer, we'll probably get more gameplay, and it looks interesting enough. I'm not sure if it's going to be a day one copy for me, but I think it could be cool. So there's not a whole lot to talk about this compared to Halo, just because we don't know as much. Well, actually, no, I take that back. It's just Halo has more of a pedigree because we know even less about Halo Infinite. All right, next one.
We know what comes before it. We don't know what comes before this.
Yeah. Okay. This is another one where it's all bad. Okay, this is the game I'm really excited about. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Like
I saw the gameplay.
Yes.
20. It looks a bit wonky.
I'm not sure.
It looks like a PS3 game, but with a fresh coat of paint.
So here's so we got they already announced the game like a few weeks ago, and we got the cinematic trailer. Actually, I feel like it's more like a month ago. And so this is what I was really looking forward to seeing, like gameplay of at E3. And we got so many just trailers or reveals, but no gameplay at E3 this year. And
Yeah.
also, honestly, a lot of these were things we already knew was coming. There weren't any really big, like, surprise reveals. It was mostly just like, yeah, you knew this was coming, but yeah, here's something extra about it. So, I was kind of disappointed that there weren't a whole lot of surprises. There were a few, and we'll get to those. But
Mhm.
as far as this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted gameplay, and we got good like 15 minutes of seeing what
Yeah.
this game's going to look like. And overall, I'm actually pretty happy. From what I saw, I like the idea of having organic force powers in working with platforming. When you see right off the bat, he like uses
Mhm.
force pull on the vine to get across. Like
Yeah.
that's just one instance, but if there are more things like that where you're using powers to traverse the environment, that's really cool because I've been comparing this a lot to Force Unleashed, like kind of like the natural evolution of what it would have been if they had kept going and
Yeah.
LucasArts hadn't closed. But that's one thing they never had when it came to platforming. It was you're using the air dash to get everywhere. There's no force powers to traverse. There's just using,
Mhm.
push to blow a wall out every now and again. But this looks really cool. I like the idea of using platforming elements because, we see that all the time in the movies too, where they're jumping and shit or climbing over stuff, and that's never really been very well reflected in the games.
Mhm.
So I am
I
excited for that.
I feel like this game, um, and yeah, I mean the footage, the gameplay footage was like alpha or
Yeah,
pre-alpha.
yeah. They said
So
it's alpha in the trailer.
it's still a bit wonky. So I'm guessing they're gonna fix it.
They
But
still have 5 months to
um,
get there. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I think it's inevitable that this game is gonna be compared to Force Awakens
Force
or Force
Unleashed.
Unleashed. My bad.
Dude, okay.
Um,
All right, quick funny story. Don't lose your train of thought. I've actually had a conversation with a dude at work twice where he called it Force Awakens instead of Force Unleashed.
yeah. But Force Awake or fucking hell, Force Unleashed, Force Unleashed, and Force Unleashed 2 were pretty much like the go-to third-person action Star Wars game.
Well, there
And
aren't a whole lot of those.
yeah, and I feel like this game, when it comes out, like it's gonna be compared to that. It's gonna be like, well, Force Unleashed had this, why doesn't this game, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like that could happen, but I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned with comparing it to see what it doesn't have because it already has just from gameplay, or just what we see. We always see is we already see it has a lot that Force Unleashed didn't have.
mhm.
Um, I'm interested to see the story. I mean, I'm pretty stubborn in what I like about Star Wars and how much I hate the new movies. I mean, we
Yeah.
still have Rise of Skywalker in the winter. That's another conversation, which it might
J.J.
be
Abrams,
good.
don't you dare fuck this up.
Yeah, I mean, Force Awakens wasn't terrible. Last Jedi was, um, but we'll see if he can close off the trilogy on a good note. But there's just my only concern with this is how much of the new shit are they gonna put into this because
Mhm.
when it comes to that, like I don't mind the Inquisitors because that was the one really cool thing I liked about that Disney has added with Rebels was the idea of all
Yeah,
these like demi Sith that are helping hunt down the Jedi because it makes sense that Vader can't do everything, but.
Uh-huh.
So I don't. I would like to. I do. It looks like here in the poster, it looks like we got an Inquisitor here, and there's like
Or
the
Inquisitor
other.
like
Yeah. Well, he's got the
something
double. He's
similar
got the
to it.
double lightsaber like the main Inquisitor does in
Mhm.
Rebels. So that could be cool. Yeah. As long as we don't go. As long as we stay in the original trilogy, I think this game it has potential to really not piss me off in terms of time.
Well,
Yeah. In terms of that.
it does seem like it's gonna take place in the timeline of the original trilogy.
Well, it looks like
Um,
it's pre New Hope based off what we've seen.
hmm Um, so it'd be cool to see like a little nod to it, like a mention of a Skywalker or like the Rebellion or something like that. I
Yeah.
mean, the Rebellion is it's obvious they're gonna. Well, I mean, because what's his name? Sol Guerrera, I think. The dude from Rogue One that had like the respirator,
Oh.
he's in the
Okay.
gameplay.
Yeah,
Like he's it.
he's. I thought he looked familiar. He's like the guy that's talking to him when they're planning the attack.
Yeah.
That's why I thought he looked familiar. Yeah, so I'm hoping. I don't know. Are you hoping it like goes into and like has a lot of crossover with the original trilogy, or are you hoping it stays more
Well,
its own thing?
by that cutscene, assuming the cutscene takes place like somewhere within like the beginning of the game, I don't see it going all the way to like New Hope,
Well,
simply because of the
I mean,
timeline that
yeah,
it's like placed in.
yeah. I mean more as like not going into New Hope because I wouldn't mind that if we got up like if we could get up into like into like the first Death Star battle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he has something to do, like maybe he's doing something on Alderaan or something, when it's being destroyed. But I'm talking more of like how much of the original trilogy do we want in this game, like as far as mentioning all different characters, like mentioning Leia or Luke, or how much from the original trilogy. I don't know quite the right word, but how much do we want that in this game, or do we want it to stay mostly its own thing? Like Force Unleashed had a really good balance where it had a lot of new planets, while it still had a lot of good crossover. Like we still had Leia and Bail Organa and Mon Mothma. Like we had a lot of old trilogy or original trilogy people in, and it worked really well as like a story of how the rebellion came to be. And that's why I love Force Unleashed, and that's why I hate that it's not canon anymore. Fuck you, Disney.
Yeah, the fact that it's now
also fuck you for closing LucasArts.
The fact that it's now considered Legends is just stupid.
As far as I'm concerned, Legends is the true canon anyway.
Yeah. Star Wars Legends is pretty much canon.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Disney, fight me.
Yeah, I already flipped the camera off. Fuck you, fuck Disney.
Yeah, but I feel like I do want this game to be like its own. I don't want it to rely on the trilogy that much. But I mean, yeah, I do want like a nod or two to the trilogy. Like a name drop, or hell, even like a cameo.
Yeah.
Of one of them. But for the most part, yeah, I do want this game to be like its own thing, kind of like Rogue One.
Yeah, because that was one of my problems with Force Awakens, is it uses the old trilogy like a crutch for literally everything.
It's pretty much a remake.
Yeah, it really kind of is, and that's a rant for another day. But I do hope this game, it looks like it's got enough to stand on its own. I mean, because it's a pretty easy thing to write. It's like it's a random Padawan that survived, Order 66, and I am curious on how they're going to explain how powerful he is in the Force. Like, just because, even anything just like, I know, people bitch about midichlorians. I don't have any problem with them. But just, because he has all these...
is the powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah, because he... it's because he has all these Force powers, and as a Padawan, and he's clearly, time has passed since Order 66, so it's possible he has kind of, like, learned things on his own over time. Like a real character does, not like Rey. Just seeing like he's got the force push, force pull. Looks like he's got the handle on the jumping around and stuff. And Padawans can be stronger. I think we see what Obi-Wan could do. So,
and like Ahsoka also.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of moveset he has, what powers he can learn. But let's just talk about the combat for a minute, because one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life was the stormtrooper shooting him. He used like force slow, grabbed him, pulled him, and then made him die by his own blast. And that was the fucking coolest thing for that whole trailer.
He pulled like a Kylo Ren and like stopped the blaster midair.
Yeah, well, it doesn't stop; it slows, which is interesting. It actually it slowly moves, because what he does is, that's why I'm calling it force slow and not force stop. Because that's one of the things I was thinking about, is like using that force slow power. I'm curious to see what they could do with that. But just that, because he blasts and he uses the ability, so it slows down the opponent, and it slows down whatever he shot. And it looks like there's a second where it finishes being used before you can move again, so you can't spam it, which I like. So it like the little, you see the bolt like slowly coming towards him, and so he like pulls the stormtrooper, throws him in front of the bolt, and he gets hit by it and dies. But that's awesome. And we saw a little bit of blade-on-blade combat, in a manner of speaking, because he was more like using a Magna Guard staff. But, like, again, I love how the lightsaber was always an instant kill against stormtroopers, because that's how it should be. I'm not torn up about there not being, like, bisecting or anything going on, because they gotta keep the game rated T. I mean, that's the kind of their target audience for Star Wars.
It's gonna be Star Wars, so there's gonna be at least one dismemberment.
There's gonna be one arm that gets cut off at some point.
One left arm that's gonna be cut
and
off.
Maybe one head if we're lucky. We'll see. But that looked really
Endgame.
Yeah, it looked really cool. We got a lightsaber throw. You've got the pull into an impale, which I love. That looks really cool. What I liked about the enemies he's fighting that has the staff is you can see when he tries to pull him, the guy actually throws his staff into the ground to slow down his movement. Yeah. Which is really cool, because it makes so much sense. Like, these guys are skilled. In
like,
Force,
they're trained to kill Jedi. Yeah, they're trained to, like, counter Force moves.
Yeah, and see, because in Force Unleashed, like, some of the enemies, not even, like, the Force-sensitive ones, like, the not the Death Troopers, like, the shoot, the guys that look like royal guards, but they wear black and they have lightsaber staffs. Those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, some characters like you just couldn't use force powers on, like they just like push didn't work, and that.
Yeah.
But this feels like a really solid way of like having even non-force sensitive characters being able to fight someone force sensitive because they're trained for it. It's like he puts his staff down to stop himself from being pulled. You have to like break his guard before you can hit him, and that and you know he's got heavier armor, so it makes sense that it makes sense. Oh, well, that's cool. I just got an update from my coworkers that some Persona 5 voice actor is going to be at Winter Sack Anime. Breaking news. That's cool. Anyways, so that looks. I like that. We see snippets like at the end of the demo when he's like freeing all the Wookiees. We see the K2SO unit like coming up behind him. We see snippets of that fight. So that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Bloom's going to be there too. Yeah. That's cool. He's texting me anyway.
But yeah, because the gameplay takes place in Kashyyyk.
Is it Kashyyyk? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's Kashyyyk because of the Wookiees. That's kind of racist, actually. But,
No, I mean they like in the like near the a little bit after the beginning of the showcase, like when you're entering the facility, it says the name of the planet. It says Kashyyyk.
oh, okay. I must have missed that. I thought so just because of how forested it was.
Nah, you're in Tatooine.
Okay, don't get snippy with me. There are plenty of forested planets. There's whatever the hell the one from Force Awakens is. That had a lot of woods.
Or the one with like the pyramid and shit.
Oh, you mean Yavin
Yavin
5? Or 4? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean like the one where they go, where the lady with the big glasses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maz's Cantina in Force Awakens. That planet. Whatever that planet's called. I don't care. It's not canon as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, I think this could be
Where's
really
the
cool.
Zhang-Bong?
Oh, God.
Where's the Yu Zhang-Bong?
Oh,
Yu Zhang-Bong's technically
that's how
canon.
Chewbacca's supposed to die.
He gets crushed by a moon. That is the most epic way any character can
You
go.
throw one
Being
more moon
crushed
at
by
me,
a moon.
I'm going to lose it.
Huh?
I was making an Infinity War reference. You
Oh.
throw one more moon at me, I'm going to lose it. Yeah, so I have a lot of high hopes for this game. I think it'd be really good. I don't know if we're going to get a badass moment as when Starkiller literally stopped an entire Star Destroyer from hitting, like, himself.
Oh yeah, when he slammed it into the ground.
The Enter at Raxus Prime, that was badass. I have a lot of hope. I mean, it is being developed by Respawn, who did Titanfall 2, and I love Titanfall 2, and it's really solid from a mechanics standpoint. So you said you noticed some jank in the demo. I must have missed it because I'm all misty-eyed and excited for this game. But I think this game has a lot of potential to be one of my favorite games to come out in this coming season. We'll have to wait to the end of the year because, I mean, between Resident Evil 2 coming out at the beginning of the year, and then we've got Bloodstained Ritual of the Night comes out next week, which is going to be Metroidvania that I'm excited for. So there's a lot of really good games coming out this year, but I think this really has the potential to be awesome, and we'll see where we are when it comes out in 5 months. I still need to pre-order it, actually. And I hate to jinx it, but I don't think EA is going to fuck this up. Because, I mean, they just have they just have a really bad rap because they deserve it. But considering this is a single-player campaign-based game with no multiplayer, I don't see how they're going to put microtransactions in it. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. That does not happen.
Like,
and even with Battlefront 2, I have to commend them because with Battlefront 2, they had actually a really solid game that they fucked over because they put a bunch of loot boxes in it. But after no one bought the game when it came out, like even I canceled my pre-order for that. I didn't get it until they took it out. I have to give them props. They took out the loot boxes as far as getting like perks and stuff. Made it just cosmetics, which you can buy with in-game credits that you earn anyway. They lowered the price for all the hero characters, so they're not stupidly expensive that take forever to get, or you just pay for them in real life. And they've added a lot of new content to it. They've added new heroes, they've added new maps, they added a whole new like Planetary Conquest game mode. Not Planetary Conquest, whatever. It's the ship to ground one. That mode.
It took them 3 years to make Battlefront 2.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been
After
out.
it came out.
Did that come out in 2016?
I think.
I thought it came out in 2017. I thought it came out 2 years ago. 2016 sounds like it was too long ago. I don't know.
Let me check.
I don't know. Yeah. You go ahead and check real quick because I actually don't remember. But anyway, I mean, to hand it to them, they Battlefront 2 was already really fun, and then they fixed what was wrong with it more or less, and they've been adding to it for free.
Oh, it came out in 2017.
Okay, see, I felt like 20. I was like, that was the year we graduated. There was no way it was 3 years ago. Yeah, because
Yeah,
that
the
that
fact
sounds
that they
right.
added, like the droids, like droidicas, also really cool.
Yeah, they added they've added commandos now, which is
Hmm.
really awesome. I love that. Oh, also, side note before we move on, I love this new droid. I don't know his name yet, but he's so cool. I like how he like dispenses the healing, so it makes sense in universe instead of using like they could have just used force heal, but I like this. It makes more sense that it's going to be a
Yeah.
limited resource, and also it's just kind of adorable, and you can have him just like hack shit for you. It's awesome. I really like him. I feel like he's going to have kind of like an R2 type personality. So yeah.
Mhm.
The only other thing I want out of this game, aside from what we've seen already, and hopefully it being at least 20 hours long, as long as the first
Yeah.
Force Unleashed at minimum, and with varied environments, unlike Force Unleashed 2, which had like the same 5 worlds.
And some new game plus stuff too.
Yeah, New Game Plus. I mean, and we know we get like upgrade points and everything, so I'm assuming Force powers and lightsaber combos are upgradable. The only other thing I really, really want is lightsaber customization. Please give me the option
Oh, yeah.
to add like change lightsaber. Like Force Unleashed kind of did that, where they gave you different crystals. Force Unleashed on the Wii actually lets you find different hilts too.
Yeah.
Because on the PS3 and Xbox 360, all you could change was the blade color, which I'll grant them gave you different abilities depending on what color it was. While the Wii it was just cosmetic, but the Wii did also let you do different hilts. But like if I can make my own custom hilt with preferably like I hope what I'm hoping for is there's gonna be like a shop you can do between levels, or maybe a hub in between levels that you can buy parts, and then maybe have a few like hidden. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'd be really down with that.
If there is lightsaber customization, can we get the dark saber?
Oh, like the black one from the Mandalorian
Yeah.
one? Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, I'm also
Um,
curious if they're going to give us the option to use dark side powers or not. I feel like, for just what I saw, this isn't going to be like a Force Unleashed both sides. I feel like this is just going to be pure,
Yeah.
like, light side, which means there is the possibility they could do, like, a dark side expansion, which I'd be totally down for as long as the game itself is solid. If they did, like, a dark side expansion where you get dark side powers to play the game with, and maybe even a different ending, I'd be down
Maybe
with
have
that,
a different
too.
character. Maybe like the roles are reversed.
I'd be down with that too, like someone working against it that comes after the fact. I could be cool
Mhm.
too. I don't know. I'd be down, but that's off. That's off in the future after this game comes out. Also, I want to fight an AT-AT mono e mono. I want that to happen so we can pull the one good thing out of Last Jedi. Just take on an AT-AT by yourself, like just hack it down.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. All right. Anyway, I think we've spent more than enough time on that. I'm sorry, Adam. Hang in there. We'll get something you can talk about eventually.
Yeah, it's fine.
Um,
Just having time of my life right now.
Yeah, alright. Sticking with Star Wars, this isn't going to take nearly as long, but I am actually excited for this. The Lego Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars trilogy. There's like
No, it's going to,
all-
like,
all
Star
9
Wars,
movies.
Star Wars, the completer saga.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars, the complete saga was my shit growing up, because it was one of the first games I got for my Wii, and I used to play the hell out of it. I actually 100%ed that game, a while ago. And I've always wanted them to, like, even if not remake, remaster with, like, the new minifigures, because
Yeah.
those minifigures are, like, compared to what we have now, look really, really bad, because that was, like, mid-2000s minifigures, where now we
Mhm.
have all these really cool custom prints and new molds, different hairs. So, what I really wanted was just that game updated with new minifigures and maybe some new sets updated to HD, or, like what they do with the other previous generation games. But this
Mhm.
looks like it'd be really cool. I didn't see the trailer for it. I just saw, like, parts of it drop on Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. If I'm kind of hoping it's just a remaster of Complete Saga, and then we get new levels for the first, or the new trilogy, which I may or may
Yeah.
not play out of pure spite.
Well, I mean, it said that it's supposed to contain all 9 films, so the three trilogies.
Yeah.
Which is weird because this game comes out before the 9th movie.
Well, I mean, the Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith game came out before Revenge of the Sith did, and it actually had movie, like, scenes in there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was, like, how that game fucking sold, man. It's just like, shit, you get to see the movie in, like, 360p in, like, a week early. Yeah, I honestly, that game's still fun. But
I mean,
yeah.
Lego Star Wars is pretty fun. Any of the Lego Star Wars games are pretty fun.
Well, really, any of the Lego games are fun. I mean, they're all pretty much the same thing, but I actually went and played. I'd never played any of the Marvel ones, but they were all on sale on Steam, so I copped them all for like less than $10. And
Yeah.
they're still they still hold up, and Lego Star Wars, the old one, still holds up too. So
Speaking about Lego, the Lego Forza
oh yeah,
game,
like Forza DLC. I don't have
Forza
that, but
4
while we're
Lego
talking
DLC,
Legos,
that looks pretty cool.
that looks funny. I saw that, and I thought I was honestly surprised by that. That
I
was
want to
like
drive a want to
the
drive a Lego GTR.
that was like the little of the Microsoft conference I saw was that and Halo, I think.
Yeah.
And another game we're gonna get to momentarily. But yeah, I have hopes for this too, but I'm not as unsure because I mean it's Lego. It's gonna be fun in the Lego variety. All I'm really hoping for is that they keep the complete saga more or less the same. I wouldn't mind some changes, but I really liked how it's laid out. So maybe just update the sets and stuff they use for that, and then go. And because there was a Lego Force Awakens game too. So and that was
Please don't make us play in the casino.
that was that was its own game. Force Awakens was its own like whole game. People really enjoyed it. So I'm curious what they're gonna do with this. But I think it'll turn
For
out
the love
fun.
of God, don't make us play in the casino.
Oh yeah, I want to race those horse dog things and beat up rich people. Cause fuck the rich people. I want to put my fist through this whole beautiful town. Woo! Fuck Finn getting character development. I have to be the strong female character. We don't win by fighting what we hate. By saving what we love. Oh, Finn was trying to save what he loved, you dumb bitch, and now they're all gonna die. Anyway, there's that screed out of the way. All right. This is another one that's gonna be pretty short, but Destroy All Humans.
Destroy All Humans
getting
remake.
remade. Your Destroy All
Oh my
Humans
God.
remake. I actually got this game a long time ago. Actually, Adam, it was one of those times when we went to the movies with your folks, and we went to the GameStop in Fairfield, and they had a copy of this on PS2. But you have experience with this game, don't you, Adam? Have you played this at all?
I do remember playing this a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's getting a remake, and I never finished the game. I got to like Roswell, and then I kept getting my ass kicked, and I stopped playing it. And that was like 5 years ago, or 4 years ago. It was a while ago.
Well, I mean, Destroy All Humans came out in 2005 because this has been released for the 15-year anniversary. And I gotta say, Crypto singing Ramstein, well, just eviscerating a bunch of people with a fucking lightning gun.
That was totally on point for this series.
Yeah.
Because I've played the first one, and I played the Wii game, Big Willie Unleashed, a little bit.
TH Nordic just... Yeah. Like, holy shit. This and then the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remake.
Yeah, that's a game I've never played, but a lot of people are hyped about that and making all the jokes about how they managed to outdo Pokemon on the day of its direct, which was pretty funny, I admit. But, yeah.
We didn't ask for this, but we do
Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's a remake of a game, so there's really not much to talk about because, I mean, it's like a big graphical enhancement because it was a PS2 game. A kind of late in the life cycle PS2 game, but still a PS2 game. So I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed what I played of the original, and maybe I'll actually finish it this time. I always say that when a game gets re-released, but
yeah.
But yeah, it should be fun. It's nothing too major, but it is one of those surprise things that we didn't know was coming. So that's why I kind of like it.
And I mean, hey, it's Grand Theft Auto, but you're an alien.
And you get to harvest pecans. Okay.
Okay. Right. Crash Team Racing.
Okay, we know that, dude, that comes out in like 9 days. That's not an E3 thing. We know that's happening. They've talked about it constantly at work on PlayStation TV or on GameStop TV, and they're driving me batshit with it. I actually have another rant about GameStop TV, but I can do that at the end of this. Okay, Adam, now it's our time to shine. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yes.
Oh boy!
I have no room to talk about this. That's all you.
Oh yeah, this it's gonna be good.
Fucking cool.
I can't so we got this just to set the stage for people that don't know much about this and don't really care. They're probably leaving, but this game got announced. This game got announced a few months ago, and all we got was it was a montage of Goku walking through different locales, but we got to see like the graphical style and stuff. And we got to see, they did a cinematic trailer, like a little one, where we got to see like some of the Namek saga, but no gameplay. And so...
Yeah, no gameplay of it.
Yeah, so we got a new trailer, and then they also later dropped some new gameplay. So it looks like this is going to be a semi-open world action RPG that
Yeah, and
looks.
do some side
Look,
quests
Adam,
or
how about you go ahead and we'll let you talk because we've been talking nonstop for like the past 45 minutes. So what do you think so far, just of what we've seen?
So far, the graphics look really good in the game. It's like this good, very good action RPG style kind of thing, like you see in any other action RPG game.
Yeah,
It's really good, look top notch, kind of like really good.
yeah, it's being developed by CyberConnect 2, which those are the guys that make the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. So I am not at all surprised the game looks as good as it does. It sets a really good style that doesn't stay like it doesn't go too realistic or too like anime style. It has like a good happy medium in the middle. That looks it kind of
Yeah.
looks more like a manga almost style, like close between the manga and
Yeah.
anime. Not like
Yeah, it's like close
fighters,
to
but
those.
I, I
Uh-huh.
I really like how it looks so far. And then the gameplay, it looks like we're getting a menu, kind of like Xenoverse for attacks.
Yeah, and what I saw on the menu is like you could change characters. I think, like you did in Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2, I think.
Yeah, from what we saw, it technically did not confirm that you can change characters, but considering one of the prompts was beat Raditz as Goku, that implies that we can play as other characters, or otherwise, why would they give us that stipulation specifically?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're probably gonna get. I mean, most likely, especially because they said it's supposed to be the whole story of Goku, but Goku's
Yeah, the whole
dead for a
story.
lot of his story. So I don't know if that means
Yeah,
we're just gonna drop out. Like, does that mean like we're
No,
just gonna?
it's just gonna
Probably
it's
change
just gonna
characters,
cut.
maybe, possibly, maybe.
It's just gonna cut to a picture of his grave for 45 minutes of the game.
No. It's the original timeline. So he dies at the beginning of the Android saga, and then it's just nothing. That's the end of the game.
Yeah.
No, so I'm wondering, are they going to like? That's what my assumption is. Like, when he's suffering from the heart virus
Heart
the
virus
Android during the
and
Cell
he-
Saga, I'm assuming like we're
died.
gonna take over as like Gohan or Vegeta, whoever. And then,
Yeah.
but does that mean when he dies at the end of the Cell Saga? Spoiler alert. Are we gonna go Otherworld, or are we going to stay and play as Gohan? For like the beginning of the Buu Saga? Because I'd love to fly around as the Great Saiyaman and beat up, bank robbers. I'd love to do that. Yeah, like this game, I'm absolutely hyped about, and we already knew it was coming, but it was nice to see gameplay finally. But yeah, it looks like you get to fly around, semi-open. You got side quests to do with different Dragon Ball characters. They say the whole story of Goku. They said they can't confirm it goes farther than the Frieza saga. But who in their right mind in this day and age is gonna make a game like this and not go past the Frieza saga? There's gonna be so much backlash. If they did
Dragon Ball
that.
Legacy of Goku 1, that game sucked.
Well, that game sucked, but that game sucked because of its mechanics and a bunch of other shit. But I mean, because Legacy of
And
Goku
plus,
2 only does the
it
Cell
just-
Saga, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
And- Oh no, I'm just saying that the reason why it was so bad because like you said, the mechanics and all that, but except also it only ended on the Frieza saga, and that was kind of disappointing. I was hoping.
You just cut out.
Oh.
Oh,
my
no.
bad.
You're hoping for more. Yeah, I get that. Well, like I said, like the whole Legacy of Goku series, like 2 and 3 are really, really good, and they focus on one saga, but that means they can kind of, focus on a little more. Like Legacy of Goku 2 kind of has this thing where it falls into some filler shit. Like there's that part where Vegeta, or there's like that guy that's playing music really loud, and your quest is to make him stop. And it's just like, well, if you went and did such and such, I'd consider stopping it. But you could play as Vegeta, and you think Cell Saga Vegeta is going to give a rat's ass about this dude, and he'd either not care about the people, or he would just blow the dude's fucking house up. So, that's a Legacy of Goku thing. But as far as this game goes, I mean, I'm excited. This game looks really, really good. We'll see when we get more gameplay. Gameplay as far as combat looks really solid. You've got like flying around, you've got basic attacks, but you've got like unlike Xenoverse where it's more like a fighter. This looks more like they have like an attack pattern. Like you saw Raditz was using like the double Sunday, and it was like hitting 2 beams straight across, so you had to like dodge it. But it wasn't like he was beating you up and then jumped into a combo. It was more of a boss pattern that you can get around. So and I like the looks of that. I think this I keep repeating myself. This game looks really good, and I want to see more of it.
Yeah, same here. Hopefully, the next trailer, hopefully they at least give us the Android Saga, possibly, maybe.
Yeah, and didn't they drop a release date for this? Isn't it like end of this year?
Like early 2020.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
I actually forgot to. I didn't. I just grabbed images for all this. Some of these I don't remember what the release dates for these were. I mean, we've had it pre-orderable since it got announced. Um, but let's see. Let's see what Google tells me.
I think the Dragon Ball Z one's 2020.
It could be. Oh yeah, and how about that fishing? These like where he like
Yeah,
gets
the
his
fishing,
tail,
like,
just he like
what?
grabs his tail, just shoves it back on his ass, and just uses it. I love that so
Like,
much.
what? You've been keeping at it for years?
Oh yeah, early 2020 as it says. Yeah, also that eating is gonna be like part of the mechanics. Like you can increase stats
Yeah.
by eating food. Like that is perfect. I love that so much.
Yep.
I'm curious how that's gonna
That's a
balance because you can just like fish for like 3 hours and then feed Goku a bunch of fish and now he one shots everything. Realistic,
Yeah.
but not very fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see. This game's got my hopes up quite a bit, and
have a lot
I have faith in
feel about
CyberConnect to make a really good game. So, all right. So now the last. I'm pretty sure this was shown at Xboxes. I don't remember. It might have been Ubisoft. But Dying Light 2. I don't know if either of you guys have played Dying Light. So this might just be.
I've played Dying Light, yeah.
Did you like
Yeah.
finish it, or did you just like kind of play part of it?
I kind of played just part of it. That's the one. With, yeah, that's the parkour one, right?
Yeah, parkour, the zombie one, yeah. With
Yeah,
Roger Craig Smith as the main character, who we didn't get to meet at SAC Anime because of bullshit.
No idea who that is.
He's like the voice actor for Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 5 and 6, and he also does the current voice for Sonic the Hedgehog. And
in the
Ezio
movie?
Auditore, the games, Since Colors. And he does Ezio Auditore, and he also did, he did Batman in Arkham Origins. Yeah. So he does a lot of voice work. I could go on for days about what he's done. What he's done as far as voice work. But basically, just a quick aside, Adam and I we were at SAC Anime last weekend, which if you don't know is basically the largest anime convention kind of in our area. It's in Sacramento. And it's close. So we went there. We were waiting in line for an hour and a half to get Roger Craig Smith's signature, and we were literally walking like out of a big queue into the smaller one in front of his signing booth. When one of the workers is like, "No, go back. It's 4:00. He's done," and I was about to lose my fucking mind because I'd wasted an hour and a half. Because we couldn't stay very long because my little brother graduated that day, so we had to get back in town in time so I could see that. It was just a really shit timing all around. And I even hit him up on Twitter because he was talking about his panel the next day, and I said, "Oh man, really sucks though. We had to miss you. We were in line forever." He's like, and he actually replied, which was pretty cool. So hopefully we'll meet him next time he comes in. But anyway, Dying Light 2. What's funny is I actually thought this was still Roger Craig Smith. Like this is a new character. It's like an entirely new protagonist because this takes place 15 years after the original. But it it really sounds like him though. So I thought this was him, but it's different character, different name. So I don't know if it's just still Roger Craig Smith or if they got someone that sounded like him. Ooh, let's try. But anyway, what's cool is now, unlike the first Dying Light, this is reversed. So instead of you being stuck in the one infected city in the world, you're stuck in the one not infected city in the world. So somehow, really? Yeah. So that's the plot. Somehow between Dying Light 1 and this game, the virus got out and everyone, and like the whole world got infected.
Well, I thought like the part, like the whole thing about Dying Light 1 is like most of the planet was already infected.
No. Dying Light 1, it is just in that one Middle Eastern city. That nondescript, like that was the whole point. Is like they are all locked in while the rest of the world tries to figure out what to do, and then Kyle Crane comes in. Like, to get some documents, he ends up getting conscripted into all the people that are surviving in this city. But he gets infected, and there's, like, something you can use to stave off the infection, but there's no cure. I haven't finished the DLC yet, so I don't know if they ever find one, but I'm assuming they don't, because the plot of this game is that now, like, the world is infected. And so you're doing jobs for, like, the last safe city in the world. At least that's what I read. So, because the trailer was all cinematics, and just him talking for a little bit. Like, this dude is also infected, so he's in a similar situation to Kyle was in the first game. But I mean, from what we saw, it looks like more of the same. It looks like more parkour, more weapons, awesome
Parkour.
melee weapons. Yeah. So I mean, what's more of the same is it good or bad to you? I think as long as it's still not like stupid, not messed up or anything like that. I don't mind getting more of something, especially because it's only the second game in the series.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like people play Pokemon over and over again, and that rarely changes except for recently when it was really bad. So I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the first Dying Light. I got it like way after it came out,
I
but
I just want it to be like, I wish it stays, like you play it and you'll recognize that, like, oh, this is a Dying Light game.
Mhm.
This is Dying Light. I don't want it to, pull a Resident Evil on us, and it's like Resident Evil has a Resident Evil vibe, and then it just turns into an action shooter like Dead Space also.
Yeah, Dead Space kind of went along the same line. Uh, yeah, that's true. But I mean, Dying Light really is an action game. But what really defines Dying Light is the parkour. So I would like to see some new
Mm-hmm.
parkour shit come up because I maxed out all my skill trees in that game. So I have like all the techniques. So I'd like to see maybe some new techniques, the good ones coming back, like that shoulder tackle or the head running was pretty dope. Uh, but just
The
maybe seeing some
flying
new
drop
stuff.
kicks.
The fucking grappling hook that like turns into Attack on Titan. God, I love that
Yeah.
grappling hook so much. Such a great tool.
Also, is it me, or does that building in the like in front of the character that he's like the in the direction he's facing?
Uh
Does
huh.
that look like Notre Dame? Is
I,
it just me?
I don't know. I can't tell through all the smoke. I think it's on fire again.
Oh,
I don't know. This doesn't look like French.
shit! Here we go again.
Doesn't really look like a French architecture to me, but I don't know. I can't really tell. I don't think that's Notre Dame, but the dude sounds pretty American.
I mean, so did the other dude, and it was another release from the city.
Well, that's because he was like an agent of the government, but I don't know. We don't know what's going on here yet, as far as really aside from with little story snippets about the world getting fucked over by the virus. We don't know a whole lot, but if we get some more
Right.
gameplay, it's slated to come out next year, so there's still plenty of time to show off more. But as far as games, go, I'm excited. We already knew it was coming, but it was nice to see something about it.
Yeah.
All right, so that is pretty much everything from the Microsoft conference, and now we get to the only fucking thing that mattered in the Bethesda conference. Doom!
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal! This one's pure full screen, baby! Hopefully my mouse will go away. There we go. No, I don't want that.
This.
This! Oh
Holy
my god!
shit.
I
This
mean,
is beauty.
where do we even start? I mean, you gotta fucking okay, let's start with what we found out over what we already knew, because we already knew about the arm blade and shoulder cannon, like gameplay wise, shotgun grappling hook, we knew all that. Story wise, not only are
Hell
we
on
coming,
Earth.
no, yeah, well, we knew hell on earth, but not only that, hell in heaven apparently. Like,
Yeah.
dude, we get to go to heaven and kill shit. Oh, what does that
I'm gonna
mean?
Kill the shit out of some angels.
Are there demons in heaven? Are the angels just as bad as the demons? Like,
Well,
I want to know what like, and there's also
From-
like we get like there's like a little thing about Argent energy, like where it comes from, and like how we figured out learned about it. Seems pretty cool.
Well, from the whole the press conference that was held after the trailer, the dudes that were talking, they were saying that we're supposed to be able to go to hell,
Yeah.
heaven, earth, and the original Argent Dunor, which is where the Sentinels were from. Like, because in Doom 1,
Right. Doom 2016.
yeah, in Doom 2016,
Okay.
we get to go to Argent Dunor, but Argent Dunor, after Hell invaded. Apparently, in this one, we're supposed to go to the original. We get to play in the original Argent Dunor.
See, I've actually been playing a lot of the original Doom lately because I've been trying to clear it on Ultra Violence. I'm about halfway through again. But remind me when that happens, the Argent thingy, whatever.
Well, it's
I'm not totally caught up on the Doom lore still.
the first time, so Argent Dunor, is the homeworld of the Sentinels, which is what the Doom guy is.
He's not
He's
human?
a Sentinel. He is human, but after the pretty much after in the lore wise, there was an initial hell invasion, and the
Right.
Doom guy went in and did what Doom guy does best.
Kill everything.
Yes, and then after that was done, he became a member of the Sentinels, which were like a elite guard group that were supposed to guard the wraiths, which were like pretty much gods in that dimension. But then,
Which is why in the
um,
trailer they say they're no longer your people.
yeah, um, uh, but then Hell invaded, but the armies of Argentina were able to hold back Hell. But during that war, uh, believe it or not, Doom Guy found love, and he had a baby, and it was a very romantic love story. We'll get to it in another day. But Doom Guy's son dies
Oh.
during the invasion, during Hell's invasion. Um, but they are able to rip out, uh, defeat Hell, and Hell isn't able to invade Argentina. But
Uh-huh.
then the demons from Hell say, "Hey, if if you help us, if you betray the wraiths and the sentinels, if you betray your people, we can revive your son."
Uh-huh.
And they're like, and Doom Guy was like, "Done deal. You're it. You're good. That's it.
Oh shit.
We're doing it." So Doom Guy betrays the wraiths and betrays the sentinels and allows Hell to reinvade and successfully invade Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the cheeky demons comes in, where they revived his son, but they made him into the icon of sin. Um, so then he has to destroy the icon of sin, and he pretty much says, "You know what? Yeah, fucked up."
You
So he
done
goes,
fucked up now.
he goes into hell and scares the hell out of hell. And eventually, after literally hundreds of thousands of years, and the blessing of an angel, which may or may not be the one in, like in front,
Uh-huh.
maybe,
Uh-huh.
because after a blessing from an angel gave them the Praetor suit and all of his powers,
Mm-hmm.
um, they like the Doom guys just can't. He cannot be killed. You know, he's the Doom guy.
Yeah. The
And
Doom
after hundreds of
Slayer.
thousands of years of him just killing and killing and killing and killing and killing, the priests of hell are able to lock him up in a coffin, and then Doom 2016 starts like a couple hundred years later.
How did hundreds of thousands of years happen, and yet he was still human at the start of this?
Huh? Because he's the motherfucking Doom guy.
No, 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 no. But
That's
like
why.
hundreds of thousands of years ago, that was like before humans were a thing.
Yeah,
But you said,
it's extremely complicated.
where did you pull all this shit from? Was it fanfiction.net?
No, it's from the Slayer's testimonies.
Is that like in-game shit, or is that like from
Yeah,
Bethesda's website?
it's the when you go into hell, there's
Yeah.
these little pillars, and you touch them, and then
No, yeah, yeah, I
like
remember
deep
because
voice.
that I just got past that part in the game. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like they're talking about him, killing
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, it says it in the Slayer's testimonies.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to review that shit because I'm trying to 100% everything, so we'll get there. Oh, hi, thank you for the follow, Big Hoss. The little um, notification thing should pop in soon. Thank you. Welcome. Um, yeah, so okay, so I don't know all that lore shit. I just know that I like shooting demons in the face and watching their heads explode.
Yeah.
And this game's gonna have so much of that! Oh my god!
There's two things that are universally should always universally be like accepted to just like no one can criticize the fact that you're shooting in the face. One of them is demons, and the other one is Nazis.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with shooting either one of those in the face, you're just a terrible human
You
being.
need to take a look at the mirror and re-examine yourself.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Doom, not Wolfenstein. We're talking about like an actually really good first-person shooter.
Hey, Wolfenstein New Order was
Okay, Wolfenstein New
Colossus.
Order was good. New Colossus is where they lost me.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. But this game, I cannot wait. This is probably my most... Oh, there it is. This is probably my most anticipated game of the year. Actually, hang on a quick second. I think my... It's my, Where's my thing? Hang on. Haha, never mind. We're back. I didn't mean to do that. I clicked the wrong thing.
I really can't wait for Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
The fact that Like it's the original crew, um, and Mick Gordon's again making the music. I mean, you
Yeah.
just can't go wrong.
I mean, I'm really hyped about the damn arm blade, or like the arm blade and the shoulder cannon, and plus
Hmm.
looks like we get like some kind of Argent energy sword. And I am a
Yeah,
sucker for melee
and
weapons.
the like grappling hook on the shotgun.
Dude, the shotgun grappling hook, I can like fly into demons and then kill them, and then fly into the next one and kill the next one. And the air
Mhm.
dash, we saw we're getting an air
Yeah,
dash too.
the power ups, those are gonna be cool.
Yeah, well, it looks like that air dash is like, yeah, like it's a, like a power up that you get like one use of,
Hmm.
but you can string them together for platforming, and I like the looks of that. It's like
Yeah.
air haste. We'll see. And also looks like they're bringing back the classic plasma rifle design,
Hmm. Like
which,
yeah, a lot of the creature designs, a lot of like the enemy designs, are like from the original Doom, like the possessed marines,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. The possessed marines. There's that new like cyber bull looking thing. But I know
mhm,
like the same with Doom 2016. A lot of those were like pulled from the old games, and this looks like these are being pulled from the original Doom 2, which is exactly
yeah.
what I was hoping for. Because these new redesigns, like the mini spider walker, there's like a armed.
Hmm.
You see like the armed cacodemon. There's a lot of really good new
Yeah.
shit to fight. What I'm hoping for is we get the return of the Unmaker.
Oh my god, if we can get the Unmaker,
Dude, can you imagine? Oh
it's just
man.
red lasers everywhere.
Ugh. I really want the Unmaker to make a comeback. And I feel like they
I
could
think
do
it
it
will.
too.
I think it will.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Doom. Like, if they don't give us the best ways to kill everything, is it even really Doom?
If I don't get a cutscene of Doom Guy making his reunion with his bunny, I'm gonna riot.
Well, his bunny was dead in the original Doom too. We don't even know if his bunny's a thing in this, or was that confirmed in the lore too?
I don't think it is, but
Okay.
I want a bunny.
You know what I want?
I want Doom Guy petting a bunny.
No, you know what I want? I want literally the first level when you're on Earth is like the first thing he walks up and sees is a bunny's head on a stake, like in the end of the first Doom. Like he walks up, just looks down, and he like actually like crouches and holds it. And you see his hand shake a little, and like that's like, you know how the first kill in in Doom 2016 is it like walks up to him, he just like grabs it and slams its head.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I want to see? I want to see him like his hand kind of shake a little. He like takes the rabbit's head off the stake, and you just hear a growl, and you don't even see him reach his hand back. You just see a head come straight down on top of that stake.
Yeah.
That is what I want to see. I want that. Can you imagine how fucking awesome that would be?
You imagine how fucking pissed off Doom Guy would be.
When is Doom Guy not pissed off? He's like Bruce Banner.
Man, literally too angry to die.
Yes. Or like, I could just imagine like he's like undoes the tether, just like it's like
Mhm,
how could you do this? Like, and the Doom guy's just like, no, like Vega translates for him. It's like that's his secret, Dr. Hayden. He's always angry.
Yeah, because we heard Vega in the trailer.
Well, we know the Doomslayer took Vega like with him like Cortana style.
Yeah,
So
into like a little
yeah,
ship.
yeah. So we know he's sitting in the Praetor suit now. So I'm interested to see. I'm hoping
His
he's.
one moment of humanity.
I
in the
hope
entire
he's
game.
unintrusive in the gameplay. I hope they don't overuse like the AI thing. I don't think they will, but I'm the one concern I might have. But I mean, the shoulder cannon, the fucking arm blade. I love this new Praetor suit design. I'm curious how it like comes about off the old one. And speaking of the Praetor suit, god damn it, I want that collector's edition.
Yeah.
That helmet looks so cool, and I really, really want it. But like I said earlier, at GameStop, and I think most retailers, all the collector's editions that got announced are online only, which means you have to put down the whole $200 when it, like at once. Like, because I mean, if I had that much money sitting around right now, I totally do it too. But I still need to pay bills. I get paid tomorrow.
I will fucking do it.
Hey, I get paid tomorrow too. If you can still find it, dude. It was like sold out like 3 days ago, or 2 days ago. I don't know. Whenever it was announced.
Also, I like how this picture is the same picture that's on the 3 buildings, the mural that they made. That was also pretty cool.
Yes. Oh, that mural was awesome. And now we see it in its full form. I love this. It's such good art. But the only problem is the deluxe edition. while it comes with the season pass, because it sounds like we're getting extra story content this time around rather than just being multiplayer, it does not have the steelbook. You can only get the steelbook with the collectors, which is just another kick in the testicles.
In the
Yeah.
testicles.
In the testicles. Yeah, I want that helmet. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm paying $200 for that helmet, and everything else I get is just a bonus. But it's a lot of money. I was hoping to just move my current pre-order, because I've had this game pre-ordered since last E3 when it got announced. That's my new record for longest pre-order I've ever had. And you know what? I actually, he's kind of, oh shit, there goes Goku's torso. I've got a bunch of shit sitting here on my computer desk.
You killed Goku.
I killed, well, it's already the Angel Goku statue. He's already dead. But I've had,
No, he's beyond dead.
yeah. But I'm just showing it off my collector's, like, I've had this bastard, my Doom Collector's Edition, for a while, but the only reason I have this is because we never sold one at work, and I eventually walked in, and I decided I wanted it, mostly because I wanted this here Revenant statue, because it, like, lights up and shit, which I can't really show you, it's not going to show up on camera, but it's got, like, a red light, and the fan turns and everything, and it's a really nice statue, and I ended up getting it for, like, $30, because it was the Xbox Collector's Edition, so I didn't need the game, so I just traded the game in towards buying the Collector's Edition. And then, so that was easy money right there. And then that was back before it was, worth, less than $10. And then I still had some other, sorry, adjust my seating. I still had some other shit I could leverage too. So, like, that's the reason I even have this. And if we ever have any extra, well, we're not going to have any of collector's editions because we're not getting them in store unless we get, like, extra sent to us. So, I don't know. That's one big, oh, my life sucks, first world country for, like, first world problems, but
oh no, I can't get a helmet from a game.
I want that helmet so bad. I would totally wear that and stream Doom Eternal.
Dude, yeah.
If I could, like, mount, like, they have that Master Chief helmet that you can mount a microphone in, like, in case you want to unironically play that game with your mic. If you want to play Halo with that mask on or helmet on, like, I would love to do that with this. Especially considering how much
with it.
Considering how much, yeah, that'll be the day you're checking out, just clock in with a shotgun with that helmet on. Yeah. Anyway, this game's gonna be fucking awesome. I cannot wait for it. I have absolutely no reservations that this game is gonna kick ass.
This is my most anticipated game of E3.
Honestly, yeah, same. Like, because we got, like, Resident Evil, I wasn't as hyped for before it came out. Kingdom Hearts, I'm only a casual fan for, so I wasn't exploding with excitement.
DLC.
Oh yeah, well, we'll get to that. We're moving to Square Enix next. Because this is the only thing from Bethesda worth talking about, because everything else was, we're sorry Fallout 76 sucks so much. That was like half of it. Like I clocked on pretty much right when they're doing the Doom Eternal stuff, but from what I watched in the archive, we're just like, hi, I'm Todd Howard. I'm really sorry Fallout 76 was absolutely bullshit. Like, we're really sorry about that. We're really trying to fix it. Please don't kill us.
In the meantime, Doom.
For your viewing pleasure, a game that we are absolutely not going to screw up because it's not a fucking online game.
Also, while we're in the topic of Bethesda,
this is my only Bethesda thing. So yeah,
there's a new game by Arcane Studios. They're the ones that made Dishonored and Prey.
Is that like the Tokyo Ghost one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because that's being produced by that gal. I don't remember her name, but she's like the protege of Shinji Mikami, who did like the first Resident Evil and Evil Within. So we only saw the cinematic trailer because once again we got almost no gameplay for new shit at this E3. But from what I've seen, it looks right up my alley because I love that like psychological mystery shit because they haven't confirmed if it's supposed to be supernatural or not. And I'm a sucker for two things. One, supernatural possible mysteries, and two, Japan. It is a supernatural possible mystery taking place in Japan. So
not Japanese people, just the country of Japan.
I think it's in Tokyo, I think they said, but of course it's in Tokyo.
It's in Tokyo.
The super cool trailer for the shitty card game, I don't know, was that a thing? I don't know if I saw that. What are they talking? What are you talking about, Thompson? I don't know what you mean.
Hop on the chat.
Oh, I don't think I can. I don't know if he's available. Let me give you permission if you want. I can add you into it. And I need to.
It was a cool tavern scene, but then it was a cut.
Okay, hang on, I'm gonna disable the window capture real quick while I figure this shit out. Wait, where's stop?
Jesus Christ, it's like looking into the Matrix.
I know, right? Look how many of
That
me
is
there
so
are.
disorienting. Holy crap!
I'm trying to.
All the windows opening like a wave.
I know. I'm trying to find the button to like make it stop. Copy. So all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna remove it. Yes. All right, cool. Now we just get to look at my face, probably. Oh wait, there was two of them. Why were there two of them? Okay. Anyone see it? Yeah, you were on TV. Welcome. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a second. That was funny. Add. Just a quick second, folks. There you are. View channel, connect, speak. Okay, you should be good to go. You can hop in if you want, Thompson. Just so you can tell us what you're talking about, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's Jacob Thompson.
Hello.
Yo, welcome, new guest, Goodly Gooder. Though we've already
Hey.
called you Jacob at this point, and your last name Thompson. So yeah, say hello to the
No
people.
worries.
Gotcha.
You can call me Thompson or Jacob.
Hey!
Oh, I need to move the display. It's over my face. There we go. My face is
Alright,
back.
so what card game were you talking about?
Yeah, while we keep the
No,
Doom
it's
shit.
the like Bethesda card game thing that's kind of shitty.
Bethesda card game?
There was like, it was like an Elder Scrolls card game or something.
Yeah, I know. Like a lot of people were upset that they didn't mention anything about Elder
Oh,
Scrolls, even though Todd
yeah.
said
And
they
then there
weren't
was
going
like
to.
a cool trailer that was just like the card game, and I thought it was like something interesting.
Okay, yeah, now I remember.
I don't, because like I said, of this, I only caught like the Doom part because that's all I really wanted to see, and I just happened to luck out that to click on it right as Doom was happening. But
Oh, I watched the stream with Polygon because it was pretty funny.
okay, yeah, I was just watching like the direct stream from E3.
Yeah.
So I think I was like on IGN's
Mhm.
feed. But yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Doom, Jacob?
I'm a lame-o. I haven't played the new Doom.
Don't you have it?
Okay, never mind. You
Yeah.
are now getting kicked out of this Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, no.
I don't have an opinion.
No.
I own it. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
You own it. You haven't played it.
Yeah.
God, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna
And-
leave
and-
this
I'm with Jake
Discord.
here, I'm fine
You're
with
going
him
to
being
you're going to
here, he's
play
fine.
it. No,
At
no, no,
least
no,
for
no.
the single player.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna play it within like a year or two.
No,
Definitely.
play it now. You know how many times I played that game since it came out? At least 3.
Yeah. I've beaten it in every difficulty except Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah,
It'll
right now
be
I'm
there.
doing Ultra Violence because Ultra Nightmare is fucking permadeath.
Well, Ultra Nightmare turns it into a roguelike.
Yeah, the whole fucking game into a roguelike, but it's still as hard as Ultra Violence.
Oh, it's as hard as Nightmare.
Oh, that's right. Because there's one above Ultra Violence. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
it's hurt me. I forgot what the easiest one is called, but then
It's
there's
like
hurt me
please, it's like
plenty,
don't hurt me, daddy, or something like that.
hurt me plenty, Ultra Violence, Nightmare, and Ultra Nightmare. And
Yeah.
Ultra Nightmare turns the game into a roguelike.
Because you die,
Where,
you
like,
go back.
you
Wait, you
can
keep your
earn-
weapons?
No,
Oh,
like the entire game starts over.
oh
But
shit.
you can like get lives as you're playing the game. But once those lives are done, it just restarts you all the way to the beginning of the game.
That sounds like something I would never ever do because I would.
That-
I'm one of those people that tends to screw up a lot, and I really need to have those saves waiting for me. So there's no way in hell I'd ever be able to finish the game on Ultra
See, I
Nightmare.
feel like I would love that mode, but like I'm super bad, so I'd die. I'd want that mode on like normal mode.
You know what?
I want the permadeath on normal.
You know, if that
Oh
was
my
like
God.
completely reset the level every time you died, I might be able to get behind that. I'd probably still never beat it. But the whole game, hell no.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's more game time.
it'd be cool if they had like that roguelike in like the normal difficulties, like Hurt Me Plenty or Ultra Nightmare or Ultra Violence.
Yeah, you kind of
Like I really enjoy the start over when you die gameplay intention, but I'm super bad at games. So.
Yeah, well, I enjoy that when that's the
Alright,
point of the
alright.
game, but when it's the point of the game is to kill shit and explore, I don't know. It's not as much as what I would be thinking of. Anyway, oh, I've been scrolling through shit on accident. Whoops, daisy. Haha, we're going backwards in time. There we go. All right, Adam. Any thoughts? Have you played Doom 2016, Adam? I thought I let you borrow it or play it at some
I
point.
do remember playing it back when you let me borrow your game.
Yeah. And what did you think of it? Like compared to what this
really
looks like?
cool. I'll
Yeah.
admit it looks awesome that we're gonna get more stuff, for the new Doom game.
More
It's gonna be
guns and
epic.
more shit to kill. Exactly what I wanted in a sequel.
Because beautiful in life is to murder.
That's how Doom guy lives, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this game's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for it. November 22nd. Shit's going down. Though, unfortunately, like, because of the way things are set up, so Star Wars Fallen Order comes out the 15th, and Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out the same fucking day. So what I'm probably gonna do is play Star Wars first, and then if I finish it before Doom Eternal comes out, play Pokemon. But if there's no layover, or if Doom comes out before I finish Star Wars, I'm gonna drop it and play Doom until it's finished, and then go back to it. Alright, anyway. Next game.
You want
Oh
the
god.
not fluffy dog or the sword dog?
This game. I want the Sword Dog.
You
Anyway.
want Dark Souls or Dark
What is
Souls?
the next game?
Anyway, alright, so this is like the one thing I took away from the Ubisoft conference, because they had fucking nothing aside from this, and then
Watch
like,
Dogs?
yeah, this, they had
The new Watch Dogs.
that new Ghost Recon game, a couple of things.
Breakpoint.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's called Breakpoint.
I don't really care about any of those, so unless you guys want to talk about it, if you guys have stuff to say about it, then go ahead, but I didn't think about it. I didn't think anything of them.
The new Ghost Recon, like the fact that you're going up against like another ghost, like in the story mission at least, the fact that you're going up against like another ghost, that seems pretty interesting. Wildlands was okay. It was a decent game, but I don't know. Watch Dogs 3,
Watch Dogs Legion.
yeah, which is Watch Dogs 3.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's called Legion.
it's the third one. This one does look pretty cool. I like the fact that you can play as an old lady.
Yeah, see, this is the first Watch Dogs game to actually catch my attention, because I know of the other two, but I never really like did anything for me. I mean, if I gave a rat's ass, I could get like the first one for like $5. But yeah, they never. What I like about this one is it's giving you a defined target. Like, there's all these pricks controlling London. Fuck them. Let's destroy everything they have. So I like that.
Destroy
I like the
everything.
concept of like recruiting like an army of hackers and other things. Yes, I love the Grandma trailer. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's even if you're never gonna play this game, go watch the Watchdog Legion Grandma trailer, because it's fucking hilarious.
If I get that game, I'm gonna main the shit out of Grandma.
Dude, Grandma just pops. Dude, Grandma pops a cap in a cop's fucking ass. It's awesome.
Yeah, you're playing
So
as
great.
the queen.
Yeah, pretty much. Betty is sick of these assholes. Fuck bureaucracy. She's getting shit done. Yeah, it's pretty great. It looks like it's gonna do like the usual Watch Dogs mechanics of hacking shit, but the mechanic of recruiting people that have different like abilities, and also them having permadeath, where you got to be careful that you don't lose your best dudes to a side mission.
Kind of like a JRPG kind of style.
Yeah, like Fire Emblem. I think it's got a bit of promise in that. I mean, it is a Ubisoft game, and those can be pretty hit or miss. I know the first two got pretty mixed reviews, but the fact that we have like a really defined target means if there's like if
one
that's
was like,
sorry, go ahead.
One was like, it had promise. Two was like, all right, this is what you were meant. This is what you actually wanted to do. Okay, like two worked. But one was like, we were promised something better.
Yeah.
And then two came out and it's like, oh, this is what you wanted to give us. All right, this is actually good.
Yeah, what this game looks like for me personally is kind of like what Destiny 2 did for Destiny, where like it gave you a defined enemy, where like the first Destiny, that was fun. I mean, Adam and I can attest to that. We played the shit out of the original Destiny. But the enemies are kind of all over the place. While in 2, like from the get-go, you have a defined enemy that you want to kill. And I think that's an advantage this game's going to have, because I couldn't tell you what the antagonistic force of Watch Dogs 1 or 2 was, just off of the trailers I watched. It seems like the first one, he was blowing shit up because he felt like it. And the second one, they were a bunch of, like, teenagers that were being dicks on purpose.
Yeah.
But like this one's just like these guys are assholes. Like you have a reason to want to take them, like dethrone them. I don't even know who they are, but they're clearly not nice. I don't know. Anyone else have any other thoughts on that, Thompson?
I look forward to collecting NPCs like Grand Theft Auto cars.
Be like Grand Theft Auto
Point,
San
Jake, good
Andreas.
point there.
Be
It's
like Grand
good.
Theft Auto San Andreas. You can create your own gang.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be a day one for me. This might be like if we get a pre-owned copy, I'll maybe pick it up and try it. But I think it looks pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Unique.
watch the grandma trailer if nothing else, because that makes it.
Yeah, watch
that's
that
worth
cream.
it. It's worth the price of admission alone. Okay, next up. Next we are now going to begin the Square Enix conference with probably their biggest showing,
Oh, boy.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
March
Yes.
3rd, 2020.
Yes, this is another thing we knew was coming. I mean, hell, this was at like 2016's E3 was when they announced this shit and showed
Yeah,
the
that's
first
what-
cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
But now we finally got gameplay, and holy shit, the gameplay, man! Like it looks like
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15 on steroids. You can actively switch between combatants. Each one has their own combat style and attacks. Tifa looks fucking hot. Like what more could you
Yeah.
ask for?
Makes me go doki doki.
Nothing like that stretch animation, huh, Adam?
then, let me tell you, jiggle physics are like the pinnacle of game animation.
Okay, see, I've been making a lot of jokes because there's a lot of I hesitate to use them, but the internet gamers, like gamer boys, that are all pissed off that they shrank her cup size, all in air quotes, when in reality all it really is the fact that it now looks more realistic, because the original game was PlayStation, where they had about 16 polygons per character. It just happened 2 of them are really large for Tifa, but yeah, but the remake looks more like Advent Children, where they gave them more realistic proportions. I mean, if you think Tifa is like any flat chested at all, you're out of your goddamn mind. Like realistically, really? I mean,
They're still big.
we shouldn't have to get into this, but for some reason we do. Trying not to be sexist except as a joke, but her proportions are perfectly fine and normal. And my ongoing joke is just like, well, you know what? They just didn't want to pay for that extra physics engine that Dead or Alive has to. That's my joke on it, but
would it have been worth it? Yes. Would it have been necessary? No.
Yes.
See, you're just misunderstanding. They want triangles back.
Yeah.
Gotta get them triangles.
Yeah. Well, original Final Fantasy VII didn't have triangles. They didn't have Lara Croft boobs. They had little really shitty, PlayStation era boobs, but.
Yeah,
it's,
that kind of style.
it's being blown out of proportions by a bunch of crybabies when it's just fine. And I honestly really like her redesign, where now instead of just having the shirt on, which doesn't make a lot of sense when she's fighting, she now has kind of like the sports bra undershirt and the leggings. I really like her new design for this. I don't see why people are complaining at all. She is no less attractive than she has ever been. And of course, that's not all there is to her. She is more than just a pretty, really, really pretty woman.
She's got your ass 3 ways from Sunday,
and she's got a really good character. She's a good character, and I want to be clear on that. I'm not judging any of them purely on their looks, though Cloud does look pretty fucking cool too. Also, Aerith looks really good. Oh, Aerith's so pretty.
Yeah.
I've heard
Aerith's
people
pretty.
complain about Aerith's design too, and I don't get that at all.
I don't get it
Tifa,
either,
I think they're
why?
Tifa,
Why?
I think they're totally wrong, but I understand why they're that way because they're idiots. But with Aerith,
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
Oh, sorry.
I don't understand where the idiocies come from. She looks perfectly fine, totally normal. And same with
and
all of them.
now we get to see her death at 4K.
Oh, fuck off.
See, I look forward to testing how much I actually knew the plot from when I played it when I was 10, because I didn't understand the plot.
Alright,
And I want to see if this
How much you
new gameplay
remember?
will make me understand the plot.
See, and that's the funny
Yeah, I
thing is,
understand, yeah.
I have never finished the original 7. I tried. I got it on my PS3, the PlayStation Classic, and I played until we left Midgar, and this is like the total noob moment for me. I could never catch a goddamn chocobo. That was my thing. Like, I could never do it. I'd like, you have to kill the other monsters so you could try and catch them. But you kill the monsters, and it would scare them away. And I was like, well, fuck, let's go fight the snake. And then the snake killed me, and that's like, well, I'm done with this game.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and that was
the problem I had when I first played the game. Yeah,
I also just wanted, like, just a silhouette of Sephiroth.
Well, we saw Sephiroth in the new trailer.
Did we?
Yeah, he showed up. Like, in the new cinematic trailer, we see him. He didn't show up in gameplay, but we saw him in the trailer, yeah.
Oh.
I hope his attack of creating a meteor to fall through, destroy the entire solar system, and then destroy the Earth remains, but in beautifully rendered.
I like I said, I haven't
the
finished
weird astrological signs.
Yes, of course. I hope that remains. I want to see just the Earth fucking getting destroyed.
Yeah, see, like I said, I never finished it. Like, I was really engrossed all through Midgar, because it was so cool. I liked having this environment to explore, because it was such a cool thing to, like, a whole place. But then, like, the moment we left Midgar, the game started to lose me, and then the final straw was not being able to catch a goddamn bird. So, as long as they fix that, I'll be fine. But, I mean, I am excited for this. I mean, I've been trying to play it now that it's on Switch, and you can do that triple speed hack to speed up grinding. I've been trying to play it again, which is nice.
Oh no, a lot of the older Final Fantasy games are just like a slog, and like the good part of them are like the environments and the storytelling. Like Final Fantasy VII in particular, I feel like it's kind of like a slog too. Get through what I'm there for. Like,
the materia system in the old game is solid, and it looks like I couldn't really tell exactly how materia is being used here, but I like the overall, like, the action commands and everything. It looks really solid. Like I already said, the combat looks great. And can we talk about, like, we were talking about how characters look. Can we talk about how this fucking game looks right now? I mean,
the game.
Holy shit! I mean, because you know,
it's Unreal 4.
Yeah, but we see the cinematic. You know, you compare the cinematic from the reveal in 2016 to or actually no, you know what? It wasn't even 2016. It was like 2015 when it got announced. Because I remember thinking about it when I went before we graduated in December 2015. So it was actually announced even before that. We didn't get a trailer to 2016, I think. But the difference between those two is insane. Like, there's that shot of Cloud like looking up, and it looks so much better in the newer build. Like, so the cinematic, of course, looks great, but then we got the combat, and the combat looks just as good, like the actual game. I mean, we're like at Kingdom Hearts opening movie levels of graphics, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
like,
just me.
Also,
What do you guys think?
thinking.
Also talking about like the difference from like when it was like first announced to when it was released. Like again, also with like Kingdom Hearts, when the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer came out, it's like, all right, cool, yeah, it looks good. Because like they were using like their own like homemade engine.
Yeah, they're using an in-house engine at first.
Yeah, but when they decided, you know what, let's switch over to Unreal Engine 4. When they showed the trailer using Unreal Engine 4, then you were like, holy shit, this looks good.
Yeah.
And then with the especially in the Pirates of the Caribbean world,
where
it's like almost it looks really realistic.
Yeah. While we're
like
on
the CG trailers there.
Yeah, well, if we're on a quick tangent, I don't have a picture for it, but while we're talking about Kingdom Hearts, what'd you think of the DLC trailer? For it looks like we're doing like Organization 13 shit.
Like you could play.
Yeah, playable Roxas, Aqua and Roxas. I am hyped for playable Roxas. I love Roxas.
You can play a Sora.
Please be their Final Fantasy.
And the fact that you could now wield Oblivion. Oblivion is back as a fucking as a usable.
Okay,
keyboard.
I missed that, but that's awesome.
And like you can play as Roxas, and you can use Oathkeeper and Oblivion.
Dude, yeah, Roxas is my big draw for that. I mean, fun fact, I sold my copy of Kingdom Hearts 3 ages ago because I finished it, and I'm like, I'm never playing this again. And it was like the next day they announced the story DLC, and I was so pissed off. So, yeah, epic prank. I kept the steelbook, but
DLC was like inevitable. Like, even I knew DLC was going to come out for it.
I didn't know if it was inevitable or not, because it would be the first time any Kingdom Hearts game got DLC, and you kind of you thought it might, but I wasn't sure, and it had been it had been like a month after the game came out, so
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to trade it in while it was still worth $30. But yeah, then they announced it the next day. So once that DLC comes out, I might have to rebuy the game and to get the DLC for it. But it's just a game I'm never going to go back to, and I know it because I only played it for the story, and there was so little story when you were playing through the worlds. So I don't know.
Well, like 87% of the game is Disney movies, and then the last
Exactly.
13% of the game is.
ingredients around here.
I think there's a
I
lot
think
of,
we can find some ingredients around here.
and then the
Oh my
last
God, every time.
the last 13% of the game is like, oh yeah, this is a Kingdom Hearts game.
It's like,
Yeah,
yes.
and see, that's kind of a problem with every Kingdom Hearts game, is that the worlds rarely have anything to do with the overarching plot, except for 2, kind of. But and everything that, it's just like detached, like, you gotta do the Disney plot because it's part of the main plot, but it's not really attached to it.
Like
And-
in Kingdom Hearts 2,
Mm-hmm.
the only worlds that have like an impact on the game itself, like the overall story of Kingdom Hearts, is Hollow Bastion, / Radiant Garden,
Yeah, like the original worlds.
Twilight Town,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe Disney Castle.
Yeah, well, see, that's the funny thing for you with Kingdom Hearts, is like its original main selling point was having Disney and Final Fantasy together. But honestly, after playing the series, I feel like the Disney worlds are actually the weakest part of the game because they're fighting so hard to keep the Disney in it as close to an entirety as they can. But I feel like it detracts from the game because it feels like you're doing something completely different for like the hour or 2 hours you're in that world, and then you leave the world, and every time just like, so Sora, did you get the power of waking back? It's like, no, I still don't have it. Well, let's go to another world then. I can't do Donald. I keep doing names wrong today. And it's like they do another world, and then every time they go to a world, it's just like, oh, there's a new 13 member there. They're doing some bad shit, and sometimes they're not. Like you don't even know they're there till the very end. Like the Tangled world, like you don't find Marluxia till like the very end of it. Like he's there, but you don't encounter him until like the very end, and you like don't even. Did you fight? Yeah, you fought him. That's
No.
right.
Yeah, well, like
Plus, don't get me started with Frozen. Don't get me started.
you like in the worlds, you don't really fight the Organization 3 members.
No, it's not like
Organization 3
2.
members.
Like 2, you fought them in the worlds.
And
But-
then like it's not until, like I said, that last 13% of the game where it's like, oh yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts. Well, we're like in the last like 2.5 hours of this game.
Yeah, it's not until you get to the Key of
Walk
the
through the wall,
Graveyard that
let's
anything
go.
really starts to happen. I mean, there's still some pretty good moments. I love when Woody shit talks the hell out of young Xehanort in the Toy Story
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
That was
He's like,
that
I
was
think
classic.
just no one
That's
loves
because
you.
no one's ever actually loved you. And I was like, holy shit, Woody, that is, dude. How did like Xehanort not just die right there from that alone?
Or in the Monsters Inc. world, where
Woody just talks some
Zoli,
mad shit about him.
where Zoli and Mike grab Vanitas
Dude, and just
throw
yeet
the
him through a
doors.
fucking door. That was so good.
Just
I
keep
love
on
that.
throwing the doors through the through
And
other
throw
doors
through
and
another
then
door,
eventually just
yeah.
shred it.
That shit was like those moments were great. They actually had some really, really good interaction moments. But I mean, there was no Final Fantasy characters of any kind, no Sephiroth boss fight. So anyway, this isn't a stream
for that.
about why I'm not a big fan of Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, it was good gameplay, but the story was good when it was Kingdom Hearts and not when it was all Disney. And it just felt like the Disney dragged on
And
too
then
long.
Sora dies like 3 fucking
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, that ending discussion is also for another day because we could talk about that for a while too. But yeah. Anyway, we need to get off this Kingdom Hearts tangent. DLC's coming. It looks like it could be interesting. I'm happy to play as Roxas because that's my favorite character hands down. But yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Any other final thoughts on Final Fantasy VII before we move on?
Final.
Yeah, final. Like that's the last thing you say before I kick you out of the Discord.
No.
I'm just yanking. All right. You know what? Actually, I think you know what.
Mickey.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I just noticed? I think in the Buster Sword there's a piece of green materia in one of the slots. I think I just noticed that.
Oh yeah. It's
On
like
his
a
back
little,
there's like a little green thing. I think that's a
Mhm.
slice of material. Didn't notice that till just now. That's cool.
Helps
Anyway.
me.
Anyway, that game's coming out. There's a collector's edition that's like $350 that comes with the PlayArts Kai cloud figure along with his motorcycle. and the steelbook and everything. But good news is, Deluxe Edition has the steelbook, so that's the one I pre-ordered, and we can look forward to it in March, and maybe we'll see some more gameplay. But honestly, I think I've seen enough of this game to know I'm gonna like it. Though I would like to see some overworld shit from after you leave Midgar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we shall move on now. So, just quick aside, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Any big thoughts on this? I have never played the Final Fantasy VIII. Adam, have you played 8?
No, not really.
Okay.
I played a tiny bit of 8. I didn't really like it.
I've only played
I'm not.
I've only played 6, or 6, 7, 9, and 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the games I've played through are 4, 7,
Really? Huh.
and the new one. And
15?
I tried 10 and 8 as well, and I just didn't like them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I've never completed a Final Fantasy game. I'm one of more of those really casual fans that a lot of people hate. Like I hate when it comes to Persona,
I think
but
you
where it's just
mispronounced value your time.
yeah. Well, yeah. All right. To be fair, they are RPGs that are kind of long. But I enjoy. It's kind of like where I enjoy the lore of them, and I like the atmosphere. But I've just never been able to get into the gameplay itself. Like, and I think
Yeah.
you can. There is something to be said about enjoying games and whether or not it's worth playing them to get the real experience out of it, whether it's necessary. Like something like Five Nights at Freddy's. I love the lore, but I can't stand playing the games because I can't take the tension. That's just an example.
I mean,
I don't think.
yeah, I understand. I
But
played the first one, so.
yeah, so I've played of the Final Fantasies, I played 6 and I really enjoyed it. I've just never sat down and actually played it. I already talked about playing 7. I played the first few hours of 15 and really enjoyed it. And I have no idea why I haven't gone back to it yet. I have the DLC now because it was on sale, so I'm gonna go back to that at some point, probably before 7 Remake comes out.
15 is fun, but I like actively endorse not trying to 100% it or anything. The
Oh,
side
no,
quests are kind of
I-
bogus.
With RPGs, I rarely do that, except in the case of Persona because I didn't have to go too out of my way because the world wasn't open.
Like
But I mean,
will-
100%ing Persona is like, hey, I learned about this grandpa in the shop across the street, whereas, like, that's interesting, whereas 100%ing Final Fantasy is like, I'm really good at killing raccoons.
Good at
there's-
killing
Literally.
every type of every subspecies of raccoon to
Yeah,
catalog
like,
them all.
there's-
This is
Yeah.
a raccoon. Well, this is a raccoon.
extra O's.
And this
yeah.
is
There's
and this is a raccoon.
Oh yeah, that's the triple C raccoon.
Yeah,
I counted
that's the
4.
rare
Okay.
encounter one. But there out of all of the games I've ever played, there's only been 4 games that I have 100%ed, and it's not exactly an achievement. One of them is Battlefield 3. I got everything that game had to offer.
Where's Honey Pop on this list?
Honey
I haven't
Pop,
been
I have not 100%ed. I
I
have
have-
not
me
100%ed Honey
neither.
Pop, though that is on my list. Battlefield 3, Kingdom Hearts 2,
Really?
Risk of Rain 2, or Risk of Rain 1, and Doom
No,
2016.
that's 3. You can't have a 4th one.
I said 4.
He said 4. I thought he said 3.
4. Yeah,
Whatever.
Battlefield 3, Kingdom Hearts 2, Risk of Rain 2, or Risk of Rain 1, my bad, and Doom 2016 are the only games I have 100%ed.
Yeah, I can't talk too much. Like, I already mentioned 2 of them. I've 100%ed Persona 5 as far as achievements go. I 100%ed Lego Star Wars Complete Saga as far as that goes. I 100%ed Spider-Man in like 2 weeks after it came out.
Life.
That wasn't too hard to do. I have to go through because I can't remember everything I've 100% completed as far as everything. I'd say Pokemon Platinum, though I'm not sure if that's completely true, but I played the shit out of that game before.
I joke about with my friends that I have the attention span of a gnat, so like,
Yeah.
I think the only game I've actually 100%ed was really recently. I 100%ed Enter the Gungeon, and that was a good time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive because that's a fucking
Yeah.
rogue. Like,
It's like I speedrun Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I've never done everything in that game. It's like it's like I have that level of dedication to a game, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't like doing things that I don't think are fun.
I'm
Okay.
kind of like looking
Yeah,
over at my
stop.
games, trying to think of anything else I 100%. Oh, I know what else I 100%. Sonic and the Secret Rings, and I unabashedly will be proud of that because I like that game. Fuck with it.
I think
Oh,
that game's
Metroid Other M. That's another one.
Yeah.
I 100% Metroid Other M. I did that one too.
Gang Grumps.
I don't know why people hated that game.
Other M?
Yeah.
Because
liked
they didn't
it.
like the control. You know what? I love Other M. We keep getting off on tangents and shit, but fuck it. That's what the point of the stream is, to talk about shit. I love Other M. I actually borrowed it from Adam back when we were in middle school, actually. And
Yeah.
and then you got another copy and just let me keep that one, and I thank you for that. But
Yeah, right.
I love Metroid a lot, but I've never really been able to get into the Prime series. But when I was trying to find other games to play, because there's tragically not really a lot of Metroid games in the series, I picked up Other M from Adam, and I was playing it, and
Yeah.
I played it without like hearing anyone's thoughts on it. So I was just enjoying it the whole time. And when I was watching why people didn't like it, they said, "Oh, the story was dumb. The controls were really bad. You don't use a D-pad in a 3D game. Pointing the Wii remote was stupid." And yet I was like, and I literally had no problem with any of those things. Like not like that the control was bad or the story was stupid. Like I didn't have that. I didn't run into that problem of thinking that way. I was just fine with it the whole way through. And I'd like to do something later down the line, like an actual like dissection of why I like that game and don't think it has the problems everyone says it does. So I don't want to go into all here. But
I have
yeah.
that same I have
Yeah,
that
the
same
game was really good.
like situation with Skyrim's UI. Like every single person I've asked
Sad that
has said that the Skyrim UI just sucks, and I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about.
I say-
I like the layout of Skyrim.
Here's a controversial opinion. I don't even like Skyrim at all.
I mean, it's not for everybody. I don't like that it has giant spiders.
Oh Lord.
I've almost like just stopped playing that game when a giant spider dropped from the ceiling, and I was just like, nope.
Yeah, that wasn't my problem. I just got bored. I even tried throwing bleach mods into it for God's sake, and I still couldn't get into it. I really tried. I gave it the best shot I could, but I just burned out on it really quick.
I'm a sucker for Elder Scrolls games, but I like them for really different reasons. I think Morrowind's lore is amazing. I actually like the game of Oblivion, and I like modding Skyrim for hours, testing, seeing it works, and then not playing it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway, so Final Fantasy VIII Remastered.
The game we were originally talking about.
The game we talked about for about 2 minutes. So none of us have played it. So I just put it in here because I thought Adam might have. But one thing, I might actually pick this up when it comes out on Switch. Because what looks cool is like this was a PlayStation game, but I totally forgot it was a PlayStation game because they're showing the gameplay, and I was like, wow, I forgot this game looked as good as it does because it looks like a PS2 game, but it's actually. It's not like an HD remaster. It is like an actual remaster where they put new models in because, like, Squall, Leon, whatever his name is, he's like, he looks like what he looked like in Kingdom Hearts 1. That's what he looks like. He looks like the models you see look like they came out of a PS2 and have been made HD. So I mean, like, that's not a lot more I could ask for a game that old. And I know a lot of people don't like 8. I've only ever heard bad things about 8 for the most part. Some people said, "Oh, it's not that bad," but a lot of people don't like it. So I'm curious. This is a game I will probably try out once this remaster comes out. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I don't know. I've never played it.
I'm gonna, look at it and see it's pretty and people like it because it's a Final Fantasy game and the people who played it when they're a kid, they're gonna love it. So
yeah, that's the big thing. A lot of Final Fantasies have a lot of nostalgia going for them. So if you don't have that nostalgia, you can't really forgive the flaws of the older ones. Like I can do that. I am fully aware that I forgive a lot of flaws of games because I have nostalgia for them. But I'm also aware there's a lot of games I love that don't have flaws and it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm nostalgic for them.
I feel like a lot of the remakes that are coming out, like we were talking about earlier, Destroy All Humans,
Yeah.
A Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'm hype on that shit. I don't know if you have
same
a
here.
Bikini Bottom
I
fan in this
never
chat.
played that
was
game.
like my childhood back when it was on GameCube or something.
Never played it.
And
Never played it.
also Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Like all those games, all those remakes, like they're bringing back the nostalgia and like we remember them so fondly, but like at the same time, like Destroy All Humans, it was like, oh, it's a GTA it's a GTA clone, but you're an alien, so it's passable.
I think it had enough to stand on its own easily,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But it was like in the time where there's such a bunch of like GTA clones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of like the early 2000s was GTA, and then like mid 2000s became cover-based shooter. Now we're in the open world era.
Yeah. Now it's just a bunch of battle royales and shit.
Well, open world specifically, like, because every new game that comes out that's not like a remake or remaster, it's always open world now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, sorry, I think I cut you off. What were you saying?
No. But,
Oh no, you were done. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I think we're about done with this, so let's move on. And I realized I've been Xing out when the whole time I could hit this back button, so I'm just an idiot. All right, next up, Avengers Square Enix. Now this,
Yes.
holy shit! This game
Um,
got announced 2 years ago apparently, and they didn't say jack shit about it for the last 2 years. And then they teased it. I wish they had it because this would have been really cool if they dropped this on us. Because I was actually watching this at work, the Square Enix conference. So I knew it was coming, but the moment I saw the Quinjet, I started freaking out. And the funny thing is we actually still had customers in the store. So I'm geeking out over all this shit, and my coworker Alex is just looking at me. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And as I'm so excited, but dude, apparently that wasn't all cinematic. That was gameplay we saw yesterday. Yeah, 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
that was all just
those scenes where you see Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow,
Yeah,
and Thor, like on the bridge. That's gameplay.
and you could not tell because of how they framed it, because there's no HUD or anything. But we don't have a lot to go on. But story wise, I mean, I'm excited for this. It doesn't. I would like something that's different than what we've seen in the MCU. And I don't know, Chava, you know more about comics than I do. Is this calling back to any specific arc you can think of, or is this mostly original?
This is, for the most part, like an original story, I think.
That's what they said. I'm just not sure if they're basing it off anything particular.
Like the enemy. So far, what we've seen with like the enemies, like we saw like small snippets, like.
We saw
some of, like, the
Taskmaster there at
traditional-
some point. Didn't we
Yeah,
see Taskmaster?
Yeah, Taskmaster is there. Also, Abomination is there.
Yes, Abomination does show up as well.
He's like is like with
Fighting Hulk,
They're
yeah.
fighting. One thing I gotta say about this game, I'm not sure if I like the riot gear of Captain America.
I don't know. I mean, I wanted different designs from the MCU, and I mean, Black Widow is kind of a more comic look, as does Thor. It's kind of a happy medium. I don't know. I kind of like it because it makes sense. Because when you think about it, Captain America is really like the most realistically grounded. Well, I guess technically Black Widow is, but
Black Widow.
Black Widow is,
like
as
most
far as the
realistic.
superpowers go, at least he's the most realistically grounded. So I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't look unnatural like Resident 2's Leon Kennedy outfit, but I don't know. I don't mind. I think it looks good enough. I don't know if we're gonna get like a cap for Cap where he pulls the blue down, but
I'm not saying that I don't like it. It doesn't. I don't. I know I'll eventually like grow into it, but I'm not. It just doesn't.
you don't know how you feel yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know how to feel. Yeah, and this game comes out in April, so we still got plenty of time to see more of it. But I'm really, really excited for this. I mean, what we saw of the gameplay looks really cool. It's supposed to be kind of like, at first, well, the way they were talking about it, I was like, this just sounds like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. How is this game going to be any different? I mean, well, one thing, it looks like more realistic. Some people have been joking that Ultimate Alliance looks better than this. I'm just like, okay, come on. Ultimate Alliance is using the comic book aesthetic, like with the freaking cell shading. That's not fair to compare it to this and say it looks better. Because if it looks better or not is totally based on your point of view. Because, I mean, I really dig the cell shaded look on everything, because that's how they've always made, like, animated games look better since, like, the PS2. Like, like, look at any anime game on the PS2 uses cell shading to look better than just the regular thing. Like, compare Budokai 1 to 3.
Cries in One Piece games.
Yeah. Who cares? It's One Piece. Anyway, but anyway, just what we see, it looks solid. I feel like there's a lot of really good impact on blows, if that makes any sense. Like when you see like Hulk kick that dude, you can kind of feel it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what I love, is when games have like that visceral realism between sound design and just like, well, visual design, like Doom. Like you feel when you shoot a thing in the face in Doom. And I feel like I'll get that same feeling out of this, except less violent.
Well, yeah, I like when, like, in a game, like, the audio design and the visual design really makes you, like, feel like that man had a bad day.
Yeah, like you get engaged.
That punch just, like, destroyed that man's lineage. And it's like you also, like, feel every shot. Not, physically, not like some, like, Ready Player One shit where you wear like a bodysuit and you can feel a fucking gunshot, but like you you actually it feels like there's impact from that. Like in Battlefield 3,
Mm-hmm.
the the M87, the 308 308 heavy sniper rifle, when you fire that thing, it sounds like whoever just got hit with that no longer exists in this plane of existence.
Or
It's
let's be real,
gone.
the best sound design for any gun ever, the reload on an M1 Garand.
Bang 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 ping.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. But yeah, I have some pretty high hopes for this game. I'm excited for what it looks to be. It looks like more of a third person action game rather than kind of the top down ish thing Ultimate Alliance has going for it.
Mm-hmm.
It will probably get a smaller cast than Ultimate Alliance, but I don't mind that too much as long as the characters are really unique in how they play, and also. I've heard varying reports if it's supposed to be like semi-open world or open world or not. I'd honestly take whatever, but my only concern would be some characters are going to be better at traversing an open world than others. So, I don't know. Also, I'm wondering how long Captain America is going to be dead.
Yeah,
Because there's
in the
like what a
trailer,
five.
like he dies.
Yeah, he's like on the helicarrier when it blows up, and then there's like a 5-year time skip, and everyone's just like he's dead. But like obviously he's not dead. They wouldn't have shown him and talked about being able to play as him. Like they literally go, "You can play as Captain America." I was like, isn't he supposed to be dead though?
Yeah. Well, like in terms of like the cast, like they probably aren't gonna take up, like a lot of like people who were technically part of the Avengers.
Yeah,
Like
there's.
I
Sorry.
doubt
Go
we're gonna see the Sentry or some shit.
Yeah, I think it's
But
gonna stay more of like let more exist like
MCU.
regular, not MCU so much as just like not astral plane level characters, like more Earth based characters. Um, there is a cool thing that someone's picked up on where when you're playing Spider-Man on the PS4, when you take a picture of the Avengers Tower, he mentions that, but they have a really sweet building, but they're never around to use it. I think they're on the East Coast right now, or the West Coast right now, which makes you wonder: was that on purpose? Is that supposed to tie into it? Because the game's been in development while Spider-Man has, so it could be. And so does that mean is there going to be a Spider-Man exclusive to PS4, or
Like
is it just a coincidence? So we get our hopes up, but we'll see. I mean, I want Spider-Man in this game. They're gonna have to really sell this game to me if they don't have Spider-Man playable. But we'll see. I've heard people also bitching that it's an MCU rehash, and I'm watching it. I'm just thinking, what part of this
I don't
is an
remember
MCU?
this happening in
Yeah,
the
I'm
MCU.
like we got West Coast Avengers. We've got like Captain America like dying right off the bat. We've got and let's not spoil Endgame just because there's probably some people that still haven't seen it. But
It is
also like you see 5 years later, haha. They've got like they're on the run as fugitives because they're being blamed for whoever like did all the damage
what
in
happened.
San Fran. So they're like on the run, and that like that's not like Age of Ultron where they're hiding from Ultron off the grid. Like this is like the world's coming after them for something they like that's not their fault, but they can't prove it. It feels
Little
kind of.
did you know it was Godzilla and the Mutos.
I'm trying to. Yeah, Monarch blamed it all on them to hide their existence.
Monarch versus Shield.
I'm trying to think like a really good example for this, but I'm like blanking on them right now. Where I don't know. I know there's good examples that I just can't think of, but anyway, I think this game also looks really really good. And this is probably something I'm going to pick up day one as long as they don't fuck it up. But I don't remember who's oh, that's right. The people that are deving this are some of the people that worked on I think Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what else did they work on? Did they do part of stuff for
Crystal Dynamics? They're like and I'm thinking of Naughty Dog. Crystal Dynamics. The only game that like comes to my what's it called? I think Jax.
I'm trying to I'm checking their Wikipedia right now because I'm trying to figure out what else they've done.
Gex.
Gex. Oh my God, they did. All right, cool.
Anybody fucking remembers
I mean,
those three games?
if we're gonna have Iron Man pop culture references every 3 seconds, so this is gonna be good. Yeah, so they did Gex. Okay, why do I have to go to a separate thing? Okay. Oh, Legacy of Kain. They did some of the Tomb Raider games.
Oh yeah.
Video games. Let's see. Crash Turtle Eclipse Alpha Horde. Yeah, Gex was like their big one. I'm just kind of scrolling through here now and like cue elevator music.
I remember in high school, me and Austin had like a conversation about Gex. I'm like, oh my god, you actually played that game?
I never
Holy
did, but I know
smash
of it.
win.
Well, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that is the thing. They did. They've done some Tomb Raider games, like some of the Tomb Raider games from like the 2000s, and then they did Gex, and like that is literally all they've done. So that's interesting. I mean, I heard Legacy of Kain games are good. I don't know. I guess I don't have a lot of faith in the developers just because they haven't like done a whole lot that I've played. But I don't know. Just from what we've seen, I think it could be good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's Marvel. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, can't go wrong. Marvel.
Any quip before we move on, Thompson?
Nah,
All right.
not my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
alright. Okay. Now we're getting into Nintendo, and goddamn,
Yes.
dude,
Yes.
I was so like this. This is the best thing to come out of Nintendo's conference for me. I lost my mind because I don't know if
Yes.
anyone saw this. Everyone saw this trailer, but it starts off with this dude walking out. Looks like he's got like a busted arm or something. He's got like a cast around his neck. He's all unshaven and his hair is all down. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then he like does a whole fucking like henshin transformation sequence, and I was like, wait a minute, I think I recognize that voice. And then he comes down on the ship, and the whole thing, the suit comes off, and it's Travis touchdown, No More Heroes 3. And that's when I like lost my mind because funnily enough, I'm only like halfway through the first No More Heroes game, but I fucking love it. And the second game's just as good from what I hear. And Suda said they were working on another one, and Travis Strikes Again, the Switch game, was just kind of like an in-betweener. But we got an actual trailer. I don't know if it was fully cinematic or if that was actually gameplay, but it looks like they're keeping the motion controls where once you hit the opponent enough, you just like swing the remote, and then you like decapitate them. But, yo, I'm really excited for this. You too, Adam?
Yeah, I'm hyped for this game.
Have you played the other No More Heroes games?
Like the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, once I beat the first one, I'll have to get the second one.
This is honestly the first time I even hear about that game series.
Really? Oh,
I'm gonna
it
be
is.
honest
I
with
mean,
you.
it's exclusive. Well, the second game is exclusive to the Wii. The first one was a Wii. I think it was. If it wasn't a launch title, it was very close to being a launch title. And it got a port to the PS3. And although it's put in HD, it like stutters worse than the Wii version does at times because the Wii version has like a lot of effects. Because if you line up your enemies just right, you can get that finisher, and when you do a finisher, it instantly kills the enemy by cutting off their head or splitting them in half. And if you get that decapitate swing, if you can line up enough enemies, it will instant kill them as well. So I've gotten times where I've racked up 5 kills at once, where you get the same scream effect and the blood flowing straight out of their head like a goddamn geyser 5 times. It's satisfying as hell.
So I love it.
I've heard of this game. I'm under the impression they play like platinum games, right?
It's by Suda51, who did stuff like Killer 7, Lollipop Chainsaw. He's that crazy edge
played,
developer.
I've played Lollipop Chainsaw. That game is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's one of Suda's games. But the No More Heroes is kind of his only real series. But it's really fun. It's kind of got some jank to it because it's kind of old. But the combat's still really, really fun. The boss fights are what you play that game for, though, because the plot of No More Heroes 1 is he buys this beam katana off the internet because he wants to be an assassin to earn money, because he is a complete otaku who lives in a motel called No More Heroes. And his room looks like my room. It's just full of weeb shit. And a cat. I don't have a cat. I don't have a cat, but he has a cat. And then like basically more or less his agent that's setting up all these fights. The only reason he's really doing this, because like the idea he's trying to kill the top 10 assassins to become the #1 assassin, he is murdering 10 people to get laid, and that is the plot of the first game.
I mean,
That's so I love it.
Because like he's trying to bang his agent more or less, and she just like plays him the whole game. And even the second one, from what I hear, But yeah, and there apparently is like a really funny plot twist at the end that I haven't gotten to yet. But I'm only like halfway through like the assassins right now. But every assassin is really different in how you have to fight them. But it's really fun. You get to upgrade your beam saber. You learn different like judo and wrestling moves, and it's all around a really really great game.
Don't you just hate it when you're just trying to get laid, but the girl that you wanna have sex with is just like, you know what? I'm gonna need you to kill 10 of the world's most deadliest assassins before you can try and hit this.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Scott Pilgrim except with a lot more blood. Although I've never read or watched Scott Pilgrim, but
I've seen the movie.
yeah, I have not. It's on Netflix. I need to get to it anyway. Yeah, this looks. I'm really really excited for this because the original game is really good. I love it. Hang on just a second. I need to. I'll be right back. We got to pause for a quick second. Right back. Where's my intermission? There it is.
Wow, what?
Okay,
All right. What was
okay,
your
we're-
fake answer?
We're back. We're back.
Fake answer. Final Fantasy VII was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. No More Heroes. Yeah, it's good. I need a meme where it says you and that guy she tells you not to worry about, but it's all 10 of the assassins. Some of them are women. Anyway, yeah, this was easily my most hype announcement because we suspect it was never confirmed that it was in development, but we suspected in the fact that they didn't give us just a title card, but a full like cinematic trailer, especially one that caught me so off guard because at first I thought because he said Henshin, I was like, is this a new Beautiful Joe game? But
Dude, I remember that.
But I recognize the voice because I think the name of this voice actor, I think his name's Robert Atkin Downs, and he has like a really really specific voice for Travis Touchdown, so that's why it sounded familiar. But the moment I saw the haircut, I knew it was. I don't know how he managed to shave, get the haircut and the sunglasses, and totally change his outfit and while he was in the suit, but I'm not going to question it. It's No More Heroes. You don't question anything in No More Heroes. It just happens.
Yeah, don't question it.
Yeah, anyway, if you haven't played any of the old games and you have a Wii or Wii U, get them. They're like really, like you get the first game for like $7 and it's really, really good. Anyway, moving on to now it's all kind of just other stuff. Astral Chain. I'm not sure any of you guys are gonna give a rat's ass about this, but it's the new game from Platinum Games.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it's being developed specifically for the Switch.
Pretty good. What it looks good.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I'm
the closest Platinum's gonna get to getting a JoJo IP.
Yeah. Damn it! You stole my joke.
Prank.
I was gonna make a
Go on,
joke.
Jake.
I was gonna make my own JoJo reference. Damn it! Insert
Hope it's
re
Star
here.
Platinum, eh?
Damn it! I didn't think of that. I hate you.
That was low hanging fruit. That was the pun I was
Oh
gonna
my
say, but I
god!
wanted to say.
How did I not think of that until you just said it? I hate myself. Damn it! That's actually really funny too.
That was a good one, Jake.
Damn you. All right.
Eh.
That
Yeah,
was
it
that
looks
was
cool.
good. That was good. Yeah. Yeah. I like
the
it.
laces.
Yeah. It seems like I didn't get everything from the trailer, but I've seen the gameplay for it, and the gameplay looks awesome. I mean, it's Platinum Games, so that's kind of their forte is combat. I mean, see Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. But the last time they did their own thing was Wonderful 101 on the Wii U, which I actually have never played. But this looks really good. I like the style. Looks almost God Eatery.
Yeah, I'm looking at the style and it reminds me of like God Eater
Code
and
Vein.
what's that? Catalyst Edge, I think.
I haven't heard of that one, but I was also thinking Code
I think
Vein.
that's
It's
what
made by the
it's
same
called.
Code
It's
Vein.
like this
made by the same
parkour
people.
game.
I don't know. I don't know it. You're probably right. I just don't remember it.
But I do see like a monster or God Eater
yeah,
2 Rage Burst
yeah.
like
And
heal.
yeah,
from the ice
speaking of Code Vein for that quick second, that did get a release date. I'm kind of interested in that, but not enough to really talk about it.
Yeah.
But
This game is on my coveted list of new reasons to get a Switch because I still haven't gotten a Switch.
yeah, you
I
need to get a
reasons to get
Switch.
one
You really need to get a Switch,
This
I
is
have yet to
especially
get
one of the
one.
coveted.
some of the new ones.
Yeah,
just
dude. Hey,
definitely
when
need
you
to
when
show.
you're back in town, come on down to the shop and I can hook you up with the Switch for the regular price. Cause I get fired if I tried to make it cheaper for you. But hey, I can still get you a Switch. Anyway,
Technically, the truth.
yeah,
Come
technically,
on. You gotta
How-
join the Switch Club, man.
How much are they?
$279.99 pre-owned, 300 new,
Oh, okay.
which isn't terrible for like a system that way. We didn't,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
the
they're
one
still
thing.
pretty new.
That's the one thing we didn't get from Nintendo. There are a lot of rumors that we're gonna get a new version of the console, like a pure handheld version and like a more powerful, like regular version. But
home version?
that didn't happen. Well, not like a dedicated home Switch because that would be stupid. But like just a more powerful version of the Switch, rather than one that like the pure handheld one was probably gonna be a little better than how the one is right now.
Oh, like how Xbox has like the Xbox Pro and PlayStation has like the PlayStation Pro, or the Xbox.
Yeah, like that. Except there was
Yeah.
one that you could take it on the go too. But it was just like that. You couldn't plug it up, so you'd have a cheaper option if you didn't want to pay $300 for it. So it'd probably be like 200 or 150. But there are rumors about that, but no one that didn't happen.
I thought I was safe because Octopath got PC port, so I'm like, that's one less reason. But then this
Yeah,
showing off.
yeah. And this is definitely gonna be Switch exclusive. No More Heroes
Yeah.
3 though. I mean that's gonna be a reason not to buy. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
it'd be a
pretty
reason
excited for
if
that one.
if I hadn't bought a Switch literally the day it came out, if I hadn't pre-ordered it literally the moment they were announced for pre-order, I'd buy it for that. But anyway, as far as gameplay for this, it's like standard Platinum Games action, but the dudes you fight, I don't remember the name of the enemies, can be like captured and then used as stands. Fuck you, Jacob, to fight alongside you. Yeah, mega pranked. So, sort of.
But yeah, it looks cool, platinum.
Yeah, you and your Platinum versus the world, I guess. So, anyway, yeah, it looks cool. Not a whole lot to talk about. Like, the plot's like alien invasion, make it stop happening. So, plot doesn't seem to be anything too great, but the gameplay of Platinum usually is, so I'm not that concerned about plot. Next up, this I just want to talk about for a quick minute, not because of what it is, but because of what it means. Contra Rogue Core. So this was like...
Dude.
So this is being released alongside. Well, today the anniversary collection for Contra came out as well with all the old games.
Yeah.
Though I'm gonna call some bullshit on that because 2 of those games are just the European version of Contra games because they can have people, so they made them robots. And one of them is literally the Japanese version of Contra, and then they have the American version of Contra. So it's like, yeah, you get 8 games, and like 3 of them are like the same fucking game. There's another one on here.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not bad. I mean, you get all like the arcade games, Super C, the original Contra, Contra 3, and the hardcore on Genesis. Not bad. But
Panda?
that is a Panda. Like, this is gonna be a new Contra game. I don't think it looks particularly good, but like I said, I want to talk about it.
By Tekken.
No, I want to talk about it more
Yes.
because this is a game from Konami. You know, those people that haven't made a new game in how fucking long, like a real one, that have just keep been lauded for making, you know, pachinko machines, and they've got a new game based off one of their IPs coming out. And you know, hey Adam, what is the other major IP that Konami holds that you know I love to death?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
There's what? Okay, yes, Yu-Gi-Oh, but
Whatever.
game series.
Oh,
That also starts with the C.
let's see.
Cunt.
Don't remember.
Oh my god.
I had to do it.
Castlevania,
You know,
Adam, it's Castlevania.
Yeah, Castlevania. my bad.
Castlevania.
It's been a while.
If we can
My
get
brain
a
slipped.
new Contra game, god damn it, I want a new Castlevania game. You know the last Castlevania game we got? It was fucking Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. And that was...
Yeah.
How long ago was that? I don't even remember. I haven't even...
It's been way too long.
I've only even played the first one. Castlevania Lords...
I mean, I played the first Castlevania game. It was good.
I played the first Lords of Shadow. It came out in No, 2014. It has been 5 years since we got a new Castlevania game. So the fact that we are getting a new Contra, I don't give a rat's ass about it. I just know it gives me hope.
Yeah.
It gives me hope that we're getting a
Please,
new
just-
Castlevania game, a new good one.
Yeah, just make a new Castlevania game. I don't want this bullshit.
Like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night comes out next week, and it is a Metroidvania produced by Koji Igarashi, who like was the producer for like Symphony of the Night and a bunch of the other old Castlevania games. So that game is coming out next week, and I can't wait because it's basically the new Castlevania, but it's not. Unlike Mighty Number 9, which was trying to be the new Mega Man, but it was shit, so they made like a real new Mega Man. This is going to be really, really good. So I'm excited for that, but I would love to get an actual true blue Castlevania game back.
Speaking about like
Yeah, just Castlevania.
Speaking about like Metroidvania games, there's this game that's coming out. I forget what it's called,
Man.
but it's a horror game.
Uh-huh.
However, you don't play as the human; you play as the monster.
Oh yeah, that's one of the Devolver
you're like-
Digital games that got announced.
Yeah, it is by the Revolver Digital. They like you're like this weird red glob monster.
Yeah, I saw that. This looks cool.
And it's a horror game, but you're the monster.
Yeah.
And it looks
like-
pretty cool.
It's like playing Killer
what I
Only on
read
Dead by
about,
Daylight.
Like those Flash games online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of Dead by Daylight, that's coming into Switch. We squatting up on that, right?
I might just stick with PC.
Nah, you getting a Switch, bitch.
All right, buy for
That
me.
Switch, Jake. Come on.
I don't have a Switch. Don't look at me.
Yeah, that's what we're telling you to get Switches.
Please get a Switch.
Yeah. Anyway, I want a new Castlevania. Damn it, Konami, make it happen. If you can make a fucking Contra game that no one cares about, you can make a Castlevania game that a lot of people are going to care about. I mean,
seriously.
this looks like as far as this game goes. I mean, gameplay wise, doesn't look bad, but aesthetic wise, this looks like that Bomberman reboot they tried to do when they tried to make Bomberman edgy.
Oh yeah.
That's what this reminds me of so much. Just this doesn't look anything like Bill Reiser, whatever the other dude's name is, like blowing things up. This looks like you gave the Contra name to something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like Castlevania done right. Like, you know what? I'd even take another crack at a 3D Castlevania, but more in like the original style. I still want my 1999 game, what they talk about all the time in the Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow games. If we could get a 2D game, I don't even care if it's classic or Metroidvania. Just give me something. Anyway, I've talked
Can we
enough.
get it for Pachinko Machine?
Fuck, no, shut up. Okay, so now the Smash Brothers announcements. So it opened up with this, that we're getting... We are getting... No, more better. Dragon Quest. A series I have never played in my life until today. I just tried it out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of people in Japan wanted this. A lot of people in Japan wanted this. So I'm not against it.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. I mean, I was kind of
Yeah, cool.
It's new sword wielders. I'm curious if these guys are going to be... I'm assuming these are all Echo Fighters. They're either...
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not even assuming they're Echo Fighters. I would think that with
I
4
imagine
different
that
characters...
This at most. I doubt them to be.
No, they're playable.
No.
They showed it.
Playable, but like different color skins and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm assuming they're different color skins. I wouldn't be disappointed if they were Echo Fighters, but that's a lot of work to go into for one character. So I'm assuming they're just different skins, but they are all playable.
I don't know. I love our
Yeah.
boy Banjo Kazooie, but Hero looks like a way more interesting character.
Yeah, because we got Dragon Quest 11, which is getting ported to Switch, and I'll probably pick that up because I think that comes out in September. Because I never really tried, but I heard 11's really, really good. But yeah, then we're getting
Yeah,
Erdrick.
same here. I never
So it's
tried
like
Dragon
Erdrick,
Quest.
Erdrick from the original trilogy. I mean, this is the closest to Goku getting in Smash we're gonna get. Let's be real here. Hey, we got some
Please.
we got some Toriyama art in Smash Brothers. It's good enough for me. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm down to see more gameplay, and he comes out probably within the next few months. But anyway, yeah, there's not a whole lot to go over with this. Aside from the fact that they are making a Slime Pro controller, but it's only going to be in Japan.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever seen the slime in Dragon Quest, but it's like that little blue like water droplet with a smile on its face and eyes.
Yeah.
But they're turning it into a Pro controller where it's like a slime, and then on the underside they're all the buttons. I was like, that is the weirdest genitalia I've ever seen in my life.
Genitalia.
I mean, What?
But it's just funny because it's got all the all the
How many
buttons
do
on the
you have to
underside.
compare it to?
You know what I mean? Shut up. All right, here we go. Banjo-Kazooie. This is the one that a lot of people were excited about, and I was
Hell yeah.
like, eh. Because this is another thing where I never played the games, but I just
What
don't
do
have
you
any.
mean?
I never played Banjo-Kazooie games. I never had an N64 growing up, or ever actually.
Of course, of course.
So, and I never really grabbed these games never really grabbed my attention enough to like try and emulate them.
I mean, I'm excited for this because
I know you love
finally,
it.
because at least Banjo will get attention that he deserves, unlike his other game that he had on Xbox, which is shit.
Banjo has a banjo, and I just got that.
Wow, did you know Kazooie has a kazoo?
That's not a kazoo. That's a horn.
Twat.
I mean, wasn't there a shitty?
There was
Xbox
an
game.
excellent cart customization game called Nuts and Bolts. You know, why isn't there a car move? Where's the Nuts and Bolts representation?
No, but there was
exactly.
like a discount Banjo-Kazooie game.
Oh, ukulele.
Recently, yeah, ukulele.
Ukulele. I mean,
That game was
it was
bad.
okay, and they did exactly what they said they would do. It's just it didn't do anything else.
Mm,
And it
Yeah.
didn't run great.
Except
Yeah.
for Jontron.
yeah, I know.
Like
Sorry, go ahead.
Banjo Kazooies, they're good games. I could like actually say because I played them like a year ago, so I have no nostalgia
Mhm.
glasses. I played it like
Yeah.
a year or two ago, and I just genuinely enjoyed
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
There's this great video of one of the voice actors for Gumball, from Amazing World of Gumball. I don't know which one. He's had like 3 of them because they keep hitting puberty.
Yeah.
But he was like streaming his reaction to it, and the moment he saw the puzzle piece, his reaction was fucking golden. He just like freaked the fuck out and like fell out of his chair. It was great. But I don't know. See, I didn't know what was going on. Adam kind of spoiled that it happened because I watched like the first 20 minutes. I missed the Dragon Quest reveal. I was in the Luigi's Mansion 3 part, and I had to go do some yard work. And so I was just like painting actually. I was out painting and I get a text and I was like, Banjo-Kazooie's in Smash! I was like, damn it, I haven't watched it yet, Adam! No, I honestly don't care because I honestly don't care about the reveal. I just didn't want anything else good spoiled, like No More Heroes 3. Like, if you had told me that, I probably would have been actually mad, but this, I mean, I'm happy that people got it, and you know what, I already got Joker in Smash, so I'm literally golden for any other characters they decide to add.
Golden Freddy.
That being
Golden.
that being said, I want the next DLC character to be Dante. I want the reveal to just be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it just shows the logo, and it's just sticker featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. That is what I want.
And then
if,
Virgil as like an Echo.
yes. Well,
Please.
I would love Virgil as an Echo so much, or Nero, Virgil or Nero. I'd take either. I think Nero would probably
And
be easier to do.
then when it does that, it just zooms out, and Waluigi's holding it, and he also joins Smash.
No.
I want Waluigi
Yeah.
to just be an echo fighter of someone that doesn't.
Seriously,
make any
yeah.
sense. That'd be
Waluigi
excellent. I
needs
want
some
Waluigi
love,
to just
man.
be
No,
Really
no.
needs some love.
Waluigi
Fighter or
needs to be
something.
Waluigi needs to be an Echo Fighter of a Fire Emblem character, so he's swinging around like a tennis
Just
racket,
his
like a
hand is
sword.
the sword.
It's like a sword is instead of a sword, it's his tennis racket or something.
No, even better. He actually is just not
Just
holding
his long
anything.
arm.
No, he's just not holding anything. He's just swinging a visible sword around, and it's still hitting. No, even better. It's not hitting. You have to make contact with your hand for it to actually do anything. Anyway,
Let's kill Waluigi.
I
Needs
don't.
some love.
I don't want Waluigi in Smash.
I want Waluigi to be a Shulk Echo fighter so I can hear him yell Buster in his voice.
Max Smash!
Waluigi.
Max Smash!
Yes,
Alternate
Smash,
timeline where he just
Smash.
gets the
Sir.
sword.
Smash!
Jake, that is cursed. That is cursed.
Blessed.
Where is
That's gonna
Smash?
be my favorite Smash Brothers mod as soon as it comes out.
Oh, great. Yeah. Anyway, that's
Shulk Echo Fighter.
yeah. If there's any hope I have for the last Smash character, whenever it gets revealed, I want it to be. That's the only big character I really want because I've kind of given up on Shadow being in it. But I want Dante or Nero or someone from Devil May Cry, either Dante or Nero.
Yeah.
I'd probably Dante, though I would not oppose having Nero in it. Anyway, Smash is done.
Here's an unpopular opinion. What about Manila?
What about what?
Manila, Godzilla's son.
Oh, I didn't think you were talking. I like. He's not talking about. And yes, you are. No. Can we just get Godzilla in Smash?
I mean, yeah.
No. What if they made Godzilla a stage in Smash?
Reggie.
Reggie is a stage.
Reggie is.
Reggie.
Yes, Reggie is a
Reggie's
stage.
head would be a stage, and Reggie would be a character.
Because his body is ready.
His body's always ready. Anyway, this one's just probably going to be me ranting because I don't think any of you care about Fire Emblem in the slightest.
Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I've heard of that game series. Other than that, I mean.
Yeah,
Fire Emblem is cool, but I don't have the brain cells or the patience, and I hate restarting when things go badly. And
That's
so
why
I
you
like.
play on casual and just accept the consequences.
Well, I
of
didn't
people
play the
making
new
fun
one
of you.
where there's casual.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love this series. I played the first one we ever got, the Blazing Blade. I played that one on an emulator like ages ago, 2015 actually. And then I got Awakening, and I played the hell out of Awakening. I sunk a lot of time into that game. And the funny thing is since Awakening, I have yet to beat another Fire Emblem game, even though I've played a bunch of them. I've got like Path of Radiance on my modded Wii. I've got all the other 3DS games. I got stuck on Conquest because there's no way to level grind. But this, I'm really excited for this one. This feels like this one I'm gonna play through because you get to pick one of 3 houses, and then you're like a teacher. So, you know what that means? Romantic links with your students. Let's have some fun here. Who wants some alcohol? I know you guys are underage, but fuck it, I'm the cool teacher.
I'm already drinking alcohol.
It's like, hey, I'm already drunk. How about y'all join me? Anyway, it looks like there's a lot of really cool mechanics. I won't go on for too long since you guys aren't really into it. About like raising their stats like for battle, and then there's like a time skip where it looks like the 3 houses are actually fighting each other, and you're still involved. And there's like all this instead of time. I don't know if it's time travel or just future sight or what, where you're like seeing what's going on. So I'm wondering, is that gonna weigh on the main gameplay? Like you see what's happening. Yeah, like the Monado. You like see what's happening in the future, and then you can either like modify the outcome by changing certain people's stats. Like I don't know if it's gonna go that in depth, or it's just gonna be seeing what happens and prepare for it or whatever. But it's really cool. I haven't decided what house to go with yet. But I am happy that you can get students from the other houses to join your party, depending on what you do. But there's like a lot of like school sim shit where like having lunch with students and giving them special tutoring classes so they can get better at like.
Hey.
Shut up! I knew you were gonna do that. Get better, like statutory axe chopping, and then you can like change their classes and
Is
stuff.
that what they call it now?
Statutory. Yeah, if you think statutory axe chopping is a euphemism for anything, you've lost your mind.
Very cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. I've had this pre-ordered for a while. It comes out next
Yeah.
month. Should be fun.
This games of this genre, I've always liked I've liked the Disgaea games a lot, but I've never been into Fire Emblem too much.
Yeah. Well, all those are on Switch too. That's another reason to get a Switch. There's like a shitload of this
Yeah,
guy
I
on
already
Switch.
have them on PC.
Yeah, but you can take them on the go with you if it's on Switch.
Yeah.
Anyway, next
Laptop.
game, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, remake.
Yes.
They don't define it as a remake. It actually got a deluxe edition that I pre-ordered. It's gonna have an art book.
I
What do you think, Alex?
this
Go ahead.
game.
Or Adam, go ahead.
I love this game.
Love the original, or do you love the look of the remake?
Well, I played the original. I played it and I beaten it. It was fantastic. The game was fun, and I like the style of the game. It's kind of like a cartoony kind of style, which
Yeah.
I like because it kind of makes sense. Because this Link is kind of goofy.
Well, this is the Link to the Past Link, but I kind of like it. Almost
Yeah.
looks like a claymation kind of style. I'm kind of into it.
Yeah,
Though what's funny,
cool.
the special edition is called the Dreams edition, which is a huge spoiler to anyone that has actually played the game and knows how the plot unfolds. Which kind of a funny way to market it, but whatever. I haven't beaten the original, but I really enjoyed playing it. I love the music for it, and I've heard the remixes, and they're really, really good. So this looks... I love the 2D Zeldas, so I'll definitely get this when it comes out. I already have it pre-ordered, and it's going to be fun.
I assume that the next game that you're gonna be showing is Breath of the Wild 2.
I don't know. We'll get to it. I don't remember the order I'll put these in. These
Because
are somewhat in order. They're in order via when the conferences happened, but not via when they appeared in the conferences, because like the Smash stuff I did as one unit when originally like they were separated from the beginning at the end.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, I'll just kind of bring up everything I wanted to talk about, and at the end we can do like a wrap up and see if there's anything else we want to talk about. But yeah, it's just kind of where we're going. I mean, we're going on 2.5 hours right now. This is like one of my longest streams. It's getting close.
Let's go to 3, boys.
Dude, it's getting close to beating the last part of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. This is just going to end up being a one long-ass podcast, pretty much. But I like this. I want to do more of these.
More
Just on
podcast style.
Yeah, more... I like just talking and shit. It's kind of fun. So anyway...
And no one has been sent to jail yet, so I think this is a win.
Not yet. I have yet to get... What do they call it when they call the FBI on you?
Swatted.
Swatted, that's it. I have yet to be swatted on stream.
Well, if you want to know his address, it's
how about you shut your fucking mouth?
Hey, if you're
Actually-
looking for the easier way to just go to prison, how about you just like go to a restroom while you're sleeping?
Alright, next. Alright, Luigi mentioned 3. I knew there was another we hadn't talked about yet. Adam, again, you didn't get to talk much at the beginning, so this is kind of your time to shine, because I played the first game through completion, and I tried Dark Moon, didn't like it. But you love this game. Or you love the original, so...
Yeah, I like the original because, well, this time Luigi, you actually play as Luigi, and you actually do something with him besides Mario just being a hero all the time. You actually have to save Mario from King Boo, you know.
Yeah, what do you think of this new one?
New one?
Like the
It looks
gameplay
really
you've seen.
cool, and it reminds me so much of a Ghost, the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's kind of like what Luigi Mansion was kind of praying on before. And I just noticed that the green one has like a G on it. I don't know if that's supposed to stand for Green Luigi or Goo-Luigi, but
Luigi.
Gooigi. That's what I'm going with. I mean, from what I saw, the gameplay, it looks pretty much like how New Moon did, or Dark Moon did, where they have like the new gadgets and shit.
And
but,
they put in some new elements for more playable value, like the example for Luigi slamming things on the ground.
Yes, I saw that. Luigi is done with the ghost shit.
He's like, I'm gonna have enough of this shit. I'm gonna break everything.
I'm gonna fuck you up, ghost. Luigi.
And he just wrecking those ghosts with the other ghosts.
Can it just like turn into
think...
Dragon Ball where he like grabs a ghost by the throat because he now has gloves lets him do that and he just like smashes it through a wall? Somehow.
You think that flashlight is to like help him see, which it is, but as soon as he spots a ghost, he's just gonna fucking bludgeon it to death. he's gonna absolute just beat the shit out of the ghost with the leg.
Wait, Jake. He beats the ghost to death.
Yes.
No, he beats the ghost back alive and then beats it to death again.
Yeah.
Big thing.
Yeah.
You know, if this wasn't about E3, I'd tell
I think
you
the local player for the 2-player thing is a really cool idea that you actually. I know it's from the 3D
Co-op, yeah.
the original Luigi's Mansion, but it's more cooler and makes Luigi more usable because of the you slip through gates and go through spikes and all that.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't see a lot of the gameplay, so I'm glad you did. What were you saying, Java?
If I was gonna say, like, if this wasn't about like E3 and we were just chatting, like the whole thing about like beating someone to death and then reviving them and then beating them to death again, I would have told you a story that nobody here would want to like relive.
Okay, cool. Let's put it. Let's not talk about that.
It's a video that I saw.
Oh.
And
Oh, great.
I already said the plot of the video already.
Oh no.
It's on live. It's on live link, so you'll know.
And this time, it's.
You ever
beat? It's not Mario. Just.
Sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, well, at least for this time, at least it's not just Mario getting kidnapped. Instead, it's Mario, Peach, and Toad. It's the Toad. in the game.
Oh, really? Are they?
Well, Daisy,
Are they
'cause
all
isn't Daisy
kidnapped?
like? Isn't
Yeah, they're all
Daisy
kidnapped by King Boo.
Oh, nice.
isn't Daisy like his princess?
Yeah, pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
Not
Why
according to
isn't-
game theory, though. I mean, have you watched game theory, Chama? What are you, fucking stupid?
No.
I mean, that's just my theory. My fucking Chama's an idiot theory.
See, my
I mean, I don't- I don't-
images- my
I don't
images-
watch
oh,
TV.
I did
Huh?
great.
I don't watch them
My-
anymore.
My image of this game opening is like the multiplayer select menu from like all the new Super Mario Brothers, where you can pick all the characters, but just like 3 of them, just like you play and are just imprisoned.
No, I said even better idea. So it like starts you off and you can like play as any of the characters, but every time you try and click on another one, a Boo appears and takes them away.
Ooh.
And so oh my god, no. What if it's the select screen, but there is no Luigi, and you keep selecting them, and they keep getting taken away by Boos, and then like when the screen just goes dark with the last one, it's just like looking around, and then the King Boo comes out and grabs him, and then Luigi shows up and looks all scared. You select him. It's a go. Damn
Well,
it,
yeah, like,
Nintendo, hire me! I've got really good ideas. I swear.
Like, you're choosing who you're gonna save.
No. You're trying to
Because-
choose a character, but they all get kidnapped, and then it ends with Luigi like walking on to like the character select screen, and then you pick him.
I feel like that would be
Yeah.
better as like the reveal for the game.
That'd be cool too.
It's like that's how they reveal
Like
the game.
if they didn't
Like,
give a like my thing is if they didn't give away that they were kidnapped, I think it'd be really cool.
Mhm. Like
That,
they
that's,
just disappear.
it's like that'd be that's like my Kingdom Hearts 2.8 moment or no, what was it? 3 was it 2. No, what did they say? When they have that, it's like Kingdom Hearts 2. Whatever when you started playing 3.
Uh,
I think it was
Point
Kingdom
2.
Hearts 2.9, I think.
oh yeah, yeah. In the beginning of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Kingdom Hearts 3, like once you like leave the tower with Yensid.
Yeah.
It
That.
just shows Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
That's what it was. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, wait, 2.8 is an actual collection. Yeah. So I mean,
2.8 is the collection.
Adam, I didn't, like I said, I didn't watch the gameplay. Did they mention if this is gonna be episodic like Dark Moon, or is there gonna be one big thing like the original game?
Well, it's gonna be a little bit like Dark Moon, but except they change it up a bit. Like you actually you can do stuff. Like for example, Luigi can actually use his vacuum to dodge attack.
But as
instead of
far
just
as like
sucking up the ghost.
right, but as far as like the environment, you know how like the first game it was just one big mansion, then second game there was like a bunch of different
There's
ones.
gonna be multiple, elevators taking you to multiple floors. Like there's one that leads you to a forest kind of thing and takes you to a movie theater kind of thing.
But it's gonna be like one big mansion.
It's like gonna be like one big hotel thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Oh yeah, now that I look at the picture, you kind of see like a hallway with a bunch of cleaning supplies. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because I like the original Luigi's Mansion because it gives me the Metroid feel. If you've got one big interconnected area, so like when you're exploring and you find something, it's like, oh, I can go back down to the basement and open that up. While when I was playing the Dark Moon, like just like I don't know why, because the areas were just smaller individually, but I didn't quite get that feeling where it was more like, okay, now I can immediately progress rather than okay, now I can check out that other room. While Dark Moon had me more thinking about progression, original Luigi's Mansion had me thinking more of exploration, and I think that's why I got burned out on Dark Moon. Is I did like the first mansion, and it was so short, and I didn't feel like I had accomplished very much. Well, since you've got the single goal in the original Luigi's Mansion, you're always working towards it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But the game, what I saw, I didn't see a lot, but what I saw of it does look, like Luigi's Mansion.
Plus, I do like the design of the ghosts, though.
Yeah, the design of the ghosts have always been cool.
And especially one of the ghosts that looks like a police officer and he's holding a gun.
Yeah, there's an enemy in Persona like that.
Hands up, don't shoot.
And he literally
Don't
looks
start
like
that shit.
a
I said
ghost.
no.
He literally looks like a ghost that's straight up from Ghostbusters, sort of.
Now he needs to vomit on them. Does Luigi get ectoplasm vomit? That's gotta be the clincher of whether or not I buy this game. Okay, here we go. All right, this is the last one. This image is terrible, but Breath of the Wild 2 was the really big out of nowhere thing. Aside from it's not even No More Heroes 3. This is really big out of nowhere. I wasn't as excited for this as No More Heroes 3, but I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting from a story standpoint. I haven't finished Breath of the Wild. Have you, Adam?
Yeah, completed the game. And
Okay,
it
try
had a good
try
ending.
not to spoil it for me. But have it since you've
Yeah, I
completed
won't
the.
spoil anything.
Okay,
What
okay, okay.
happen? I won't say anything.
I won't
But
tell.
I will.
I won't. You haven't played it. Shut up.
I
can
can
Google
always
it.
say what's in the trailer, but
well,
that's it.
well, just since you know how the game ends, without really giving anything away about it, what do you think of how this follows it? Like this following, because we
I
clearly
think
see
it'll-
like Ganon's corpse, or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's literally Ganondorf's corpse. That's what it literally looks like.
Yeah, which is different than like the Calamity Ganon thing, and like I don't know how that ties into anything, but like that shit was freaky. I actually kind of wish I had a picture of it to show
Yeah,
here.
I have it. Oh my.
Yeah, well, I didn't grab a picture. I just grabbed the first Breath of the Wild picture I could because I was on the way home from work. We were already running behind to do this, and here we are, 2 hours and 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was again just cinematic, no gameplay. Been saying that a lot
Yeah.
because that's what happened at this E3.
E3 cinematic, no gameplay.
Yeah, it was the E3
Except
cinematic.
Doom.
E3 cinematic trailer.
They had 30 minutes of gameplay.
Well, that's because we already had gameplay for Doom, so it makes sense. Like, why would they just do a trailer when they can give us more gameplay when we know it's already like almost done? So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I'm excited for it, like as much as I can be, considering it probably means it's gonna be another really fucking big game. Considering I have had Breath of the Wild since it came out and have yet to finish it. Like I finished the memory side quest, and now I'm trying to do more shrines to get the Master Sword. So it's a big game with a lot to do, but it kind of lost me at certain points, and now I'm trying to get back into it, and it's just kind of hard to do.
They never really added anything more to it.
Well, they added expansions with like extra dungeons and new shit.
Extra dungeons and more story to
Yeah,
it.
and
Yeah,
the game
but,
is
like-
really fun. I enjoy playing it. I just kind of got tired of playing it. Well, other games I don't do that. Like Persona, for instance, I played Persona for like 2 solid months last year and never got tired of it. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
What do you think of Breath of the Wild, Jake?
I
As an
never played
outsider.
Breath of the Wild. I think it's a cool looking game, but
Yeah, you
It's,
gotta get into the aesthetic.
That's
I mean,
a
I
whole
picked
nother
it
point
up
to
on
get the Switch.
the Wii U with the intent to play it, but I never really played it.
Yeah. I love how it
I remember
looks.
when that
It's
came out.
perfect. It's like a perfect like design. I remember seeing the trailers for the original Breath of the Wild and thought it looked really, really cool, and then we eventually got on the Switch. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I have to admit, I like Zelda's hair when it was longer. And I guess this trailer already kind of spoiled for me that Zelda doesn't die at the end of the first game or anything like that. So I kind of know that already. But, you know, it's not that big a deal. I didn't expect her to. But it
The question
does...
is,
Huh?
will she remain as thick?
You can't unthick Zelda, and then she's not Zelda anymore. At least Breath of the Wild Zelda.
That is good.
Top tier Zelda. Though, like I said, I liked her hair longer. I'm not against the short hair. I just think it looks better longer. But then again,
I
that's
just think the long hair looks better on her, though.
We're getting back into the Tifa discussion.
Yeah, a little bit.
But did they reduce her cup size? That's the question I want answered. I don't know. It does make me kind of want to go back and finish Breath of the Wild, though I am still trying to redo Doom and also No More Heroes, amongst other things. What my problem right now is I'm trying to play way too many games at once, and I need to just focus on a couple and finish them and then move on. Because I did that with the Devil May Cry games. I beat all the Devil May Cry games within like a week before Devil May Cry 5 came out, because I really wanted to play 5 because it looked so awesome and I was hooked on its battle theme, which is also how I started playing Persona 5. But, you know.
You should play whatever makes you happy.
Well, a lot of things make me happy. The problem is I want to try and finish it.
Yeah, literally. I guess.
To quote the Angry Video Game Nerd, I do, and I want to complete that love. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's...
Speaking of completion and like playing a game and never really finishing it,
Uh-huh.
World War Z recently got an update where like they added like a new level to the Japanese level, because the Japanese level was the only like chapter that only had 2 levels.
Uh-huh.
Like, every other one had 3, so they added like a new level. It's like I think that called like Dead Sea or something like that. But I feel like they should continue to add more chapters, more locations. Because right now it's just New York, Jerusalem, Tokyo, and Moscow. Um, and mostly where the book takes place and like where the movie lore kind of like refers to. There's like
Uh-huh.
other locations that I would like to see.
Uh-huh.
In the book, especially, they do a big focus about the fall of
Uh-huh.
Buenos Aires, like that, like the fall of that city was like a major point in in the book.
Mhm.
Like the fact that that happened was like really really big.
Right.
So I would like to see like I would like to see that happen like in the game. Um, but yeah, that's my like off tangent on World War Z. I like the game.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of the time for tangents because we pretty much walked through everything. I know I didn't address Animal Crossing. That's because I literally don't care about Animal Crossing. Not because it's bad. I've just never played it, and I've never really had the urge to play it. But
Mhm.
I
I did
will
play
admit
it before.
I am a little bitter. Actually, I should change to a better picture for this little screen of mine because I was expecting something more along lines of this. I want. There's like, here's a game that you have not that I'm sure that everyone wants to hear about. Here you go. And I was like, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4, and it's Animal Crossing. I will admit I was more than a little bitter, but to be fair, I mean they've been waiting. Like Animal Crossing
Hey,
fans have been
I mean,
waiting to
like
hear about this
that's
forever.
like that's like
Yeah,
that's the
I've
Nintendo
been waiting
equivalent.
forever for an Animal Crossing game.
That's the Nintendo equivalent of when in the Dota International, they said that Valve was gonna come out with a new game, and we're like, holy shit, it's gonna come true, and
Half
then it was
Life
Artifact,
3. Yeah.
and then it was Artifact, and we're like, what?
God damn it!
What is this? It was like
How dare you?
yeah, give us a third something.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just kind of bitter about that because I know, and you if you haven't heard, like they had Prime 4, like a pretty well like not pretty well developed, but in development, and they decided that the people that were doing it were doing a shit job, so they scrapped literally the whole game, and they started redeveloping it from scratch, and it was first announced like with just a logo like 2 E3s ago. Because we got Samus Returns last year, didn't we? Is it last year, Adam? Was the year before that?
Yeah, it was last year, I think. Yeah.
I think what, no, shit, I can't remember if it was 2017 or 2018. Yeah, I don't. I am actually blanking. I don't remember, but I know we got because Samus Returns got announced and we got it the same year, but they announced, Samus Returns. Metro Samus Returns. But because we got it the same year because it was already almost done. Yeah, it was 2017, so it was 2 years ago. It was not last year. I thought it seemed too soon. So yeah, so that came out 2 years ago. So Prime 4 got announced 2 years ago at E3 with just a logo, and they had over a year's worth of development done on it, and they had to scrap the whole damn thing because they didn't like where it was going. So now I think
Yeah, it's
Retro has it.
understandable.
Yeah, so whoever was doing it, they didn't like their work, so it was all scrapped, and I think Retro Studios is deving it now, like the original
I
developers
bet
for
it'll
Prime.
be. I bet it'll be a very good Metroid Prime game if they have to do the whole thing over again.
Yeah, and I was really upset. I'm not a big fan of the Prime series, but I'm a big fan of Metroid, and we get releases so infrequently. I didn't really care. I'll take whatever I can get. I mean, Samus Returns was the first main series game we got since Other M, which was like 7 years. So,
Yep.
I mean, Animal Crossing fans and Metroid fans are kind of like in the same boat most of the time when it comes to Nintendo
Yeah.
not giving us nearly enough of the games we want. Though to be fair, both games are very playable for long periods of time. Sounds like someone wants to say something.
You see, every time I see a Nintendo conference, my dream is for a new F-Zero GX.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And that's
That's where this was going.
not happening.
Yeah, I know. Like here we are, Metroid fans and Animal Crossing fans
Oh,
complaining,
no.
and then there's the F-Zero
Under
fans.
in a whole 2 years.
Captain Falcon needs love.
Well, it's just more that I was like Prime hasn't seen a new game since 2007, so people that are fans exclusively of Prime have waited even longer for this. So I feel really bad for them too. But I was hoping, I think it's been a while, and I know that doesn't mean they've had a lot of time to develop anything, but I was hoping at least they would say, I know you're all very, very upset that we had to restart Prime 4. But here's a little something to tide you over. And it could have been, in that case, I would have been fine with the cinematic trailer because I'm fully aware that they don't have enough time to make a demo or even just some concept art. I was talking about this with one of my coworkers the other day. It's like, just show us something, It's like, it's still being worked on. We're making some amount of progress. Here's like a concept for one of the planets you get to go to. Or here's Samus's ship. Or like, here's her new design. Anything. I would have taken literally anything, but we didn't get any Metroid this year. Well, so I'm assuming we're gonna get some. I'm hoping we'll get some next year, or maybe in a direct at some point. But that's pretty much my screed on Metroid. Do you guys have anything you were looking forward to in E3 that either didn't happen or something that did that we didn't talk about yet?
No Valve announcement, as always.
Well, wouldn't Valve do it like at the PC thing though? Because there's like a PC conference that I never watched because I'm always the assumption it's mostly tech. But I didn't think about Valve.
It's the Game Awards, kind of technically, but I mean, if anything, they would announce it like during a summer sale.
Yeah, when does that start, by the way?
I have no clue.
I mean, it's summer. Should be soon.
I mean, it's June. It feels like summer.
Yeah,
it is summer.
20s.
If it's 104 degrees outside, it's goddamn summer.
No, I wasn't here when you were talking about it, but I think the trailer that I was most excited about was probably the new Ori game.
Oh no, we didn't. I didn't even talk about. I've never played those. I don't even know what they are.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps looks pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
like weird though because it's a Metroidvania, but like
Oh really?
kind of all happy foresty thing. It's like one of the, I don't even know if it's indie anymore since it's owned by Microsoft, but like it was like one of the big indie
It's corporate indie
titles that like just kind of got overshadowed by Hollow Knight is the comparison, but I think it's like, because it's like Ori and the Blind Forest was really pretty and really fun about platforming, less about combat, and then like the Will of the Wisps trailer is just like Ori getting chased by huge monsters and having a light sword, and I don't know how I feel about this.
That's funny.
It got the Dead Space 3 treatment.
Yeah.
It's like it's like Willy Wonka, but then they like remake it, and now Charlie has a gun.
Yeah. I don't know.
And the Oompa Loompas are trying to eat the children.
Willy Wonka, but directed by Michael Bay.
Directed by Michael Bay. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory of Cannibal Oompa Loompas.
Can we get some blueberry explosions?
Yo, yeah, just blueberry cluster bombs. No, actually, you reminded me what's interesting. Hollow Knight. It looks like it's either getting like a sequel or like an
sequel
expansion.
to Hollow Knight coming out.
Well, that was fast. I mean, that game only came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not out yet. They've announced it. They don't even have a date.
Yeah, they just showed some scenes for it. Also, there's actually a lot of shit getting ported to Switch. Witcher 3, Alien Isolation, Resident Evil 5 and 6. Dude,
how the fuck is Witcher gonna run on the Switch?
Probably horribly if Doom is anything to go by. I mean, but we'll see what happens with it. But I've never played Witcher 3. I know we already knew Dragon Quest was coming to it. There's actually a lot of other games that are getting ported. Like, not like remasters, but just straight ports to the Switch. But I'm looking forward to the Resi 5 and 6 ports, because I'm hoping they'll do just one big bundle. Because if I can get all those games for like less than $100 on my Switch, I'll probably do it. Because I'm holding up because the Origins collection came out and it's $60, and those are the original ones that I don't even like very much because they're too stiff and old. Even though one of them's a remake of the first game, and that's $60. That's a high price considering they're only like $40 right now on the PlayStation Store. And Resi 4, like, I love that game to death, but it's $30 right now. And like, if it was $20, I'd buy it in a heartbeat for my Switch. But anyway, I'm hoping when those come out, they'll do like a bundle, and then maybe we'll even get 7 on it eventually. It'd be pretty nice. I have no hope that 2 is ever going to come to it, because there's no way in hell that game is going to run anything nicely on the Switch. But
Oh, actually, there was another trailer that I don't know. It was a new Tales game.
oh, that's right.
yeah.
I forgot about
It
that.
was some word that started with an A, like Ares or Ares, like not the war god.
Tales of Arian.
Like, yeah, that one.
There we
Tales
go.
of Aryan civilization, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I saw.
but no, I like those games.
Yeah, I've never
The
played them.
la-
I heard they're
You're a
good.
you're a big
The
fan of
last
the
one they
Tales
made was
series.
good too. Berseria was excellent.
Yeah, I've never played those games, but I know a lot of people really like them. As far as
Yeah,
RPGs go,
It's like action JRPG, but you don't have to think as much, which is a perk for me.
yeah, thinking is hard.
Thinking is hard, and it's like the plot is usually just okay, but then like like the skits in Octopath Traveler where it's like just learning them interacting with each other and that kind of thing. It's like that's like
kind
the
of.
focus of the character development. It's usually pretty good. It's like I
Yeah.
feel like the characters are all like pretty generic, but you just get to know them so well that it's like you decide they're good characters at a certain point.
Yeah, I can understand that. I
Yeah.
haven't played a lot of Octopath Traveler, though I do love what I have played. I just
Mm.
it's another one of those games sitting in my backlog. But ever since I got into RPGs, my life's turned into hell in terms of backlog because I get all these RPGs that look really, really cool, but they're such time sinks. Like, I think I've probably sunk about 400 hours of my life into the Persona series over the last year and a half.
Persona is dangerous. I've only played Persona 5, and I tried to play Persona 3. I've been thinking about doing Persona 4, but
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
long time.
Yeah, we were mentioning. Yeah, like we were talking about that
trying
before.
to sink me into Persona 5.
Yeah, I'm
I mean-
trying to because it's really good. It's a long game, but you know what? You don't even notice how long. Like I can play that game for a whole day, and I look outside and it's dark, and I was like, where the fuck did the time
Yeah,
go?
like my experience with playing Persona 5, it's like I'm enjoying myself. Oh, I've been playing for 6 hours. What have I done? Well, I mean, I talked about doing schoolwork, and
I studied.
I
I killed
did a
some
crossword
demons.
puzzle, I finished this book. It's like
I know it's so funny because when you think about it, what you do in Persona aside from dungeon crawling is incredibly fucking mundane, yet it's still fun to do.
Yeah, I didn't
like-
get as much into Persona 3, but like honestly, I
can't
kind of
blame you.
respected in Persona 3. Like I feel like respected your time a lot more because it was like the town sections is like everyone that you could interact with says, "Hey, do this, hey, do this, hey, do this, hey, do this," and then it's like you decide what to do. It's like
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed that
Yeah.
format. It wasn't me like trying to discern which NPCs were important.
Yeah, the Persona 3 is definitely older, and right now we've got my Persona 5 protagonist background just because I wanted something
Yeah,
cool. But
looking cool.
yeah, I love the hell out of the Persona series. I've been trying to play the very first game that came out on the PlayStation in like '96, I think.
I mean, at that
And-
point, it's just Shigemi Tensei, right?
Ooh, yeah, no, that game is Shin Megami Tensei. I haven't played any of the others, though I'm getting Devil Survivor Overclocked. I ordered that and the DS game. I forget what it's called. Infestation. I've ordered both of those and they're coming in tomorrow. So I'm gonna play a True Blue Shin Megami Tensei game probably tomorrow.
Ooh.
But yeah, the first Persona game, like the original Persona game, was just supposed to be another Shin Megami Tensei, and it sold really well, and so they made another one. And by the time we got to 3, it's something completely different.
Yeah, the third one was when they really started.
Yeah,
having
and
their
see,
own
and
brand.
that's why I'm always kind of torn when I say the Persona series, because I'm always referring to 3 through 5 just because
Yeah,
that's what I've played. But in reality,
is-
that's when it got its own identity.
Yeah, that's kind of when they were not spin-off games as much anymore.
Yeah, they became
That was
their own thing by I mean, I've heard the 2 is pretty good from a story perspective, even though the game's
Yeah,
kind of old.
None
And-
of the
yeah.
none of the Shigami Tensei games are bad. Like, they're all good games. It's
Some of
just,
them
like,
have
a
just
lot of them are very generic
aged.
and industry standard.
Yeah, and I'm playing the PSP like remake or remastering whatever of the first one, so I'm not playing the very original. And I'm glad I am because Shoji Meguro does the music. He actually was producer for the remaster of the original Persona game. So you already got Shoji Meguro's music, and that's by far the best thing about this game so far. Because the old music's like really generic. But this one, it's just immediately. I love the hell out of the battle theme, even though it's really short. All the walk around themes are good, and even though they're not even shadows, they're just called demons, like classic Shin Megami Tensei. And the battle system's like grid based, and everything has different ranges. It's really really weird. It's not at all like Persona. So
Yeah.
I want to finish it. I know it's not as long as the other ones, but there's no social links. I don't know if there's Persona Fusion. I don't think I've gotten that far, but there's also recruiting demons is a big bitch because like imagine the Persona 5 system, the hold up system, except made in the 90s and incredibly obtuse.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I don't know.
I would imagine if you're trying to recruit a demon into anything that is in possession of somebody, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like in Persona 5 the demons, the shadows have
They
different.
like interview you and then you impress them or disappoint them.
Yeah, but with them, you can kind of tell the answers they want to get because it tells you before you start talking to them what their deposition is, or disposition is, towards like if they're grumpy or if they're young, old, that kind of thing. And you can kind of guess what they want to hear based off that. But this one, you've got 5 different stats you can raise, and depending on which stats you raise and in what conjunction of which other stats, they'll do different things. They could join you, which is like the hardest thing to do, or they'll drop an item, or they'll say fuck you and try to attack you again, or they'll run away. But the problem is every character has a different method of talking, so they have different talking techniques.
Excellent.
So some of them are like high and mighty. Some of them are like just normal, like trying to be nice. Some of them are like just a total prick. Like and you got to figure out which one matches which demon. Like you can switch them when you're talking, so you're not stuck with any one depending on who initiates the conversation. But you got to like try and read. There's nothing telling you the disposition, so you have to try and read the disposition from what they say, and then try and figure out what the fuck they want to hear, and then just spam that so you can try and recruit them. I had to look up a guide that's like 6 paragraphs long to try and understand how it works.
Alright, but like, this is completely unrelated, literally, but like conceptually, you explaining that, I just got flashbacks to all the superstitions I had when I played like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as a kid. I made the Pokemon recruit, and I was so disappointed when I learned it was like a random chance. It's like, well, I'm playing Machop, so of course other fighting types will go to me once, and then like that one time it works, and then I'm like, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh no, that grass type didn't like me. It's because he's racist.
Yeah, it's probably because I was a fire type, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, and just celebration, we have officially hit 3 hours and 1 minute. This is my longest stream ever.
Woo!
Woo!
Yay!
I don't have a confetti
Happy
effect,
New
but
Year.
play the confetti!
Yeehaw.
So, yeah, that's cool. Anyway.
But speaking of like Mystery Dungeon, I remember Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. Like I would intentionally I pretty much memorized the path, regardless of what question it started in. I like recognized the path I needed to do in order to start as a Cyndaquil.
Dude, I lucked into Cyndaquil because I didn't have like guides to look up when I was playing that game back in the day. So the first time I played it, I got Trico, and that's how I beat it. And the second time I played it, that's when I was totally into Cyndaquil, so I was trying to get Cyndaquil, and I saved scum that bitch over and over till I finally got it.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid and I answered honestly, I got
Yeah.
Mudkip, and I'm like, ha, I like Mudkip. And then, like, I did that I played the first Mystery Dungeon game and the second Mystery Dungeon game. The second Mystery Dungeon gave me Mudkip again. And then, like, is this, like, just my true personality?
Your spirit
That's a
Pokemon
spirit
is a
animal.
How
Mudkip.
could this be? Then, like, 2 years ago, I was playing it again. And I answered honestly, and I'm like, I'm a new man. And I get Mudkip again, I'm like, well, okay.
You have not changed at all.
Exactly.
So I've
Never
like, literally
changed.
only gotten Mudkip from that.
That
I
is
think
hilarious.
I lied once just because I wanted to play someone different and I got Meowth, but then it's just like,
No, I'm not playing this fucking
I'm a
Meowth.
Mudkip at heart, I guess.
Yeah, I think when I answer honestly, I think I can the fuck's it, Eevee.
No.
Hmm.
Basic
I get
bitch.
Eevee, pretty much. Like that's the Pokemon I get. I get Eevee.
But yeah, I mean the one I can remember. You know what? Funny, Thompson, you and I must be like soul brothers or something because I got Mudkip when I played Blue Rescue Team for the
Yeah.
first time. But you know what's funny?
All about that. You have a meek nature.
yeah,
Fuck you
see,
too,
I've-
game.
I've actually got like one of each of the generations of Mystery Dungeon. I have Explorers of Sky sitting on my shelf because we had a copy come in with the case, so I bought it just because of that. And then I have I bought Super Mystery Dungeon probably more than a year ago, and I haven't touched it yet. And I bought fucking Gates to Infinity as like the first 3DS game I ever owned back in like 2013, I think, and I still haven't beaten it because I started as a Snivy. Because in Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, you get to pick which Pokemon you start as. I started as a Snivy, and the last dungeon is a fucking ice dungeon. So there's all these high-level ice Pokemon that just fuck my shit every time I try and play it. Every time. I don't even know if it's actually the last dungeon, but I've been stuck on it forever.
I don't know, for me it's super fine. I'm always a Mudkip, and the first 2 Mystery Dungeon games, the bosses were Dragon types, so it's just like Ice Beam, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, those games are... I love the original story. Like,
Well, like in Red Rescue Team,
yeah.
when you're being like hunted down.
Yo,
when they
that was
put-
so cool. I love that.
When you're being hunted down, and it's like most of it is just caves and rock types, and
Yeah.
you're a Cyndaquil, so you get fucked.
See, I was a Treecko, so I didn't have to worry about that.
And then
Mudkip life.
like eventually, like
Mudkip is live.
as like from like a gift from like down from the heavens comes in fucking frosty forest, and there's just a bunch of ice types, and you're like, all right,
Time to grind.
time to grind.
This is life.
Like, this is my life now. And then you face Articuno, and you're like, oh,
Fuck.
well, damn.
No, can you imagine how fucked I was when I was playing as Treecko?
Yeah, grass type feels bad. I remember,
But to be fair, I took down a Groudon as Treecko, so...
The thing is, like, in most games, grass type is easy. That's easy mode.
Yeah, pretty
Water
much.
type is medium, and then fire type is like
Wow, you
hard
must
mode.
really hate yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Rhetorical question. Even though it wasn't a question. Rhetorical statement.
well, yeah, so now Mudkip has basically become my spirit animal, so you know, whatever.
Spirit
That's
Mon.
cool. That's really cool.
It's like that one Pokemon manga where they like fuse with their Pokemon, which was an idea I had when I was way younger, and they totally fucking stole from me.
Still your
I
idea.
don't think they stole your idea.
It was I had that idea. I had that idea a long time ago.
Which Pokemon?
I don't know. It was like it was called. I think it's called Pokemon Rebirth, and it was like made during the Black and White era. So it's just like a bunch of like trainers fusing with their Pokemon or something. I don't know.
Oh, alright.
You know what? You know
I
what
was looking
game?
it up.
You know what
Because
game?
I got curious.
Like I really like, but I think is like extremely like unappreciated. Pokemon Conquest.
I have never played it. Isn't it like Pokemon Fire Emblem?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've always
Java.
wanted to play
I
that.
actually really liked it.
I played Pokemon Conquest, and I don't appreciate it. I actively dislike them.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
same here. I just played it just once, and I just immediately nope.
Dude,
I
Adam, I remember when you got that game because you were hella excited about it too. And I like that was before I was into Fire Emblem. I was like, oh, it's a Pokemon game, I guess.
I actually really liked Pokemon Conquest.
I literally remember I was on a trading site, and I was all excited because I got a trade. It's like Leap Trade. It was like one of those
The Wonder Trade
Mhm.
or oh, in
Like-
Conquest.
trade. It was
Oh,
like you had website credits, and you'd like just mail games to each other, and it had UPS tracking. It was like
Oh, that's totally
pretty
different.
nice.
That's neat.
yeah. I mean, the website died because like it
course it
used to
did.
just be you'd sell things for the website credits, and then you could trade website credits for games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like you'd basically buy points into it, and then they like made a change that you could buy things for real money, and then like immediately everything was just market price and real money. It's like this is literally eBay now.
Yeah.
And no one wanted game for game.
No one
trading
wanted
anymore.
eBay.
Yeah, but it was like I remember I got Pokemon Conquest, and I'm like, ooh, what a steal, and then I just like immediately traded it back for credits after like 3 days. Honestly.
Wow.
I was happy because it like I got it really cheap and then traded it for like pretty high because the dude who wanted it's just like excited about a Pokemon game, and I'm like, sure. I was excited about the Pokemon game too, but it wasn't, unfortunately, not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I actually like when Conquest came out, I had doubts. I was like, it's a bit... But then like like after the game came out, like a couple months after the game came out,
Uh-huh.
I like looked online to like see how it was, and I saw like the gameplay of it and stuff. I saw like walkthroughs, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually gonna give this game a try. So I actually bought it. Um, God knows where it's at. Uh, it might be in my house. It might not. Who knows? Um,
God.
but I did at one point have it.
Hmm.
And I played it, and I actually really liked it.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
you
really-
liked it, you should check out like a Fire Emblem like that, John.
Yeah, get Fire Emblem
There's
Awakening
like a
because
lot
it's
of games
really,
in
really
that genre,
forgiving.
and there's a lot of very good games in that
Yeah.
genre.
Especially like
Oh,
the deviation
I'm
that
playing
it did on the
game that you
Pokemon
were saying
series.
about Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. I get it.
I'm sorry, which one are you talking about, Adam? Which mystery dungeon?
Which the ones you were talking about?
We talked about literally all of them.
Oh, all of them.
Yeah, we mentioned all of them. Like, we didn't talk about, like, the 4th generation ones, but they were mentioned.
I know, but which one? do you
Gates to
preferably
Infinity,
prefer?
Super Mystery Dungeon. Like, the original 2 were, like, my favorite. Hands
Yeah,
down.
Red Rescue Team and
I
Blue
just
Rescue
straight
Team.
up liked the first one the most.
Yeah, well, it's
The
really
Red
good.
Rescue-
It's
First Mystery Dungeon for the game.
for like it was there was one on Game Boy Advance and one on DS, and the only difference really was like sprite and music quality. Though I'll admit
Oh.
I am ludicrously biased towards the Game Boy Advance MIDI files. Honestly, I like
Mhm.
I feel like they have a little more like edge to them, and I like that.
Yeah, like when you're getting hunted to death.
No, dude.
That's like
Dude,
That's like my favorite
I
part.
could talk forever about how much I love the soundtrack to the first Mystery Dungeon game. Like Thunder Mountain, or, shit, what's the other one? The one when you go to find Zatu. Like, whatever that one's called. I have it.
Mountain Thunder.
Well, no, that is... No, I said Mount Thunder. This one's different.
Yeah, that's when you go to fight Zat.
No, that's when you go to fight Zapdos, and you don't find Zatu.
It's about something.
So it's the very
Wait, why do I have this here? Wait, what are you...
Excuse me, Thunder Wave Cave.
Thunderwave Cave with the Zapdos.
That's
is
the
that it?
first.
Yeah, no, that's the best music in the whole game. That
Yeah,
game,
Yeah.
Thunder Wave Cave, is so catchy and so good. Then, like in the second game, that
Fuck.
town song.
Damn it, I can't remember what it's called. It's not list. I have it here in my...
When you get teleported to the sky by Zatu,
Yeah, like when you go to fight Rayquaza.
uh-huh.
Oh, dude, that was the shit. I remember doing that boss fight in a car on my Game Boy Advance on the way home from shopping.
that
in
one's
Roseville.
just got bells in it. It's nothing special.
Yeah, found one.
Damn it, I can't remember what it's like Cliff of something or other.
No, it was like a more, how do you say, like
Mystical?
mystical term for cliff.
Hang on. I'm gonna Google this shit. We have a lot of
Yeah,
Googling
same.
today.
Like something Peak, Thunder Peaks or something, whatever.
Well, Thunder...
No.
I don't even think it's Thunder Mountain, 'cause that's a Disneyland ride.
Thunderwave Cave.
Thunderwave Cave is the best song.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's from the DS. Right?
It's on the DS and the Game Boy Advance, though. I guess you
Yeah.
you can play whichever. There's no really difference except for graphical
There's no
fidelity.
really
There's no real difference unless you have like a really passionate I want X Pokemon, because there are a few Pokemon differences. Like
I have both of them, so I don't really care.
it was like
I might
remember
try
the
the blue
advertised one was like
Okay.
the Game Boy one had.
Okay, it was Mount
and
Thunder.
The DS had Minun.
Was it
Mount
was it
Thunderwave.
a Great Canyon? I think that's what it was. Not Silent Chasm. That's where you find the jump off. Great Canyon.
No, I think it was Silent. No.
No. Silent Chasm is where you go because there's that jump off that can't go anywhere because it's stuck 'cause there's no wind.
Oh yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Sad
Uh-huh.
Wind.
Great Canyon is the name of it, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate it when you just
Oh, go
try
to the
and
Hill of
get
the
a jump
Ancients.
bluff out of a cliff and then your wind is so strong you split a cloud in two?
Okay,
Whoops.
so it's called the Great Canyon, but the place where Zatu was Hill of the Ancients. You had to get through Great Canyon
Yeah.
to get to Hill of the Ancients. That's what it was. But yeah, it's that and Mount Thunder have such good music. It's hard to decide between the two. And there's
Yeah,
also
Mount-
the boss
Mount-
fight theme. That's also really good.
Yeah, well, like the regular boss fight or like Rayquaza's boss fight?
The basic one, because that's one I remember the most. I don't remember Rayquaza's because I
Rayquaza's was really good.
dude, the last when I beat that game for the first time was in like 2010. All right, it has been a very, very long time since I played that game through to completion.
I actually played through that game like a year and a half ago.
Oh,
It
nice.
was like, it was a good experience, and it was like, I like tortured myself to death. I decided I'm actually gonna go through a lot of the end game. I answered the questions honestly, and Kerblamo, I was a mudkip, so I'm like,
See, I've never,
Oh.
I never did
I've
the end
literally
game.
gotten mudkip 4 out of honest answers.
See, I decided to keep mine, so I like just evolved into a Grovile, and I tried to do the Kyogre dungeon. That's the farthest I've ever got. Though,
Dude,
No,
but real
it's
quick,
like, I was playing through the end game, and I remember I actually decided I was gonna grind for Mew.
all right, real quick, show of hands, who cried at the end of the first game?
Me.
I am. I'm raising my hand right now.
I did not, but that's because I have a bitter story about that. If you'd like to hear it.
Yeah, sure. We're only at 3 hours and 14 minutes. How much
Yeah,
longer
yeah,
can we
yeah.
go?
No, it's not that long of a story. So,
Nah, go
my
ahead.
sister and I both played the game,
Uh-huh.
and it was fun. I was Mudkip and she
Hey.
was like Skitty, I think.
Mhm.
And it was like I don't know how familiar you are with this mystery dungeon meta, but like Skitty is actually just the best Pokemon in the first one by like a fuck ton.
Really?
Like just
How?
literally has the best stats for no reason. And the some of the ways that the game moves are coded in. I didn't know it at the time, but I recognized it was awful. Not like awful, but I recognized that I was mad that my sister was doing better than me, and that was terrible.
Never good. I punched a hole in a wall once because of that. Or kicked a wall.
But like the basic attack, like your I
Your
don't want
A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's actually typed as a normal move in the first game.
Oh,
so
God.
normal Pokemon get stab bonus from that in the
Oh.
first game. So that
Oh.
automatically makes Skitty and Meowth just the best Pokemon in the
Jesus.
first game. And then like multi-hit moves in that game are just the best moves.
Yeah.
Like they
Horn
do
attack?
like in normal Pokemon, it's like 15 damage for each multi-hit, but in like Mystery Dungeon, it's like 50 damage for every multi-hit.
Holy shit.
Like
So it's
double
like
slap,
you
double
doubled,
kick.
like she walked up to
On-
Rayquaza, used double slap twice, and he died. She was not over leveled.
Yeah.
Skitty! Dragon Slayer!
Yes,
like,
Skitty is just like a beast. Like,
Like
Meowth
drill-
gets Fury swipes, but it's just a little bit worse
That is funny.
on Meowth
No, like,
than Skitty because
in-
he just has less stats.
in Mount Thunder, in like the summit of Mount Thunder, when you're fighting all those
Yeah,
fucking Deodros with Fury swipes, you fucking one shot.
Oh my god, don't get me started on that
It
shit!
just continuously one
Yeah,
shot
I
you.
actually found.
Yeah, no, it's like you have a multi-hit move and every hit uses a Reviver Seed. It's
Oh
like,
my
how
god,
could this
no,
have
no,
happened?
guys, I just had a great idea. I just thought of that scene from Endgame, but just like you're walking up to fight freaking Zapdos, you run to a Beedrill. Hey, you gotta be careful with these rival seeds. We only have to fight Zapdos and 2 revivals. 1 revival.
My very favorite piece of code in that game is your allies can use the items from their bag if they want. But
Yes.
they basically never do, except for the one they're carrying. However, I forget what the exact ability is called, but you know the like Pokemon that's like a sloth and then it turns into like a crazy monkey and then a lazy gorilla again.
Slack off, vigor off, and slacking, yeah.
Yeah, the first and third ones have that like ability that makes them only take every other turn.
Slow start.
No, not slow.
Oh, not slow start, that's from Gigas.
Giga. Yeah.
Shit, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like slack off or
I think slack off. I think that's what it's
or
called. I think it's
whatever.
called slack off.
But like that ability, that doesn't work in a roguelike format. You can't have them taking every turn. That's just not feasible. So they decided what that ability does is just every once in a while they decide they get hungry and eat food. So they'll just like munch on things from your bag. So I have a vivid memory of like the one, ha, got you, sister. I am the better player. She like had the first form join her party, and then it just proceeded to eat like 4 Reviver Seeds. Just like crunch, delicious.
And then
I
he
love
died
it.
from being too alive.
It's like, I love the taste of life. Either that or he was just the Grim Reaper, I guess.
And then he died first. 'Cause I killed him.
But yeah, the most recent time I played it, I was trying to grind for Mew, which there's there's several hundred floor dungeons, and the Mew one,
Oh god.
Mew can
Yeah.
spawn anytime after the 20th floor, and every floor it has a 1% chance to spawn, and it can only spawn once per dungeon, and when you kill it, it has a 10% chance to join you. And I don't know why my dumbass brain decided, yeah, this is worth grinding for, but I played that dungeon like 10 times, and then I realized I'd spent like 5 hours doing it, and I'm like, wow, I don't want to be doing this anymore, so I
Yeah.
All right, Thompson, I got 2 words for you. Action replay.
There are
Yep.
way too many dungeons in that game that are more than
Action
200
replay
floors.
helps a lot.
Yeah, but what about the dungeons that like start you at level 1 when you begin the dungeon?
Oh yeah,
They're kind of cool, actually.
I remember
Mhm.
doing one as Lugia, because I remember I recruited Lugia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was doing it as Lugia. It's like you start up at
It
level
sneaks
1.
up on you. It's like you start off and then Gravel Rock is one-shot everything. And then like you get to like the 10th floor or something and things are level 5 or like some shit and they just one-shot you. Terrible.
But I remember I was doing one of the like
Hey, I was looking at
multi-hundred floor.
the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon thing, and I found one on sale.
I remember doing
Grab
like
it.
one of those like multi-hundred floor
Yeah, they were
dungeons.
just asking. It's on sale. It's like half price of it.
Where are you looking at it?
Spooky Games.
Oh yeah, go for it, dude. Try and get the one with the case too, 'cause the case is really nice.
Yeah, I think it comes with the case. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're asking for $22 for it.
Go for it. The game's awesome.
The thing
Yeah.
is with some of those dungeons is like you'll do it, you'll go through like 800 floors, and then you're out. You get nothing.
Yeah, I never went back to dungeons if I could avoid it, because that was my one problem with that game when I was a kid, is I had no patience. I just wanted to get to the boss fight, so I used to like skip encounters, and I get totally fucked at boss fights because I was under leveled. But some of those dungeons just went on forever, and I'm not even talking about the 100 floor ones. I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the ones that went
There
on for
were a
like
lot.
50, and I was just so out of my
There's
mind.
a lot of 100 floor ones. No. See, honestly, I really liked it because like when I was a kid, I really liked roguelikes, like NetHack and shit. So I'm like, a roguelike with graphics
And Pokemon.
on my Game Boy. It's like, so I was just super excited about that.
Well, like
Yeah.
when you first go into the coyote or the Groudon boss fight,
Yeah, I remember
Like,
that.
that one's like 80 floors. Like when that thing came
Nah,
up,
that wasn't fucking 80. That was like 40 or some shit.
really? I thought it was a
I
lot.
think
I don't think a lot
thought,
of
like,
the
very final boss dungeon was like 50 floors. Like Rayquaza was like.
Yeah. I
50
think
God.
the really long ones were post
The
game.
long ones were all like post game.
Because I don't remember any of the really long ones, and I never did the post game. I just beat the game and moved on, I think, when I was a kid.
Yeah, I lived for the post game. I like beat the game, which was hard as shit, honestly. Like I had a hard time. Like my 10-year-old brain thought that was like a hard ass game.
Yeah.
Like when I replayed it, I was better at it, and I guess I was still a mudkip, so it was the same experience. But
Well,
playing it,
my
I think it worked
my-
out better.
my trouble with that game was when you go to Sky Tower, and after a while, the
Still can't wait for January.
layouts of the floor, are like exactly the same after some point. Like they're exactly the same. There's just like a bunch of floors on the outer edges, and that's it. And you can get lucky because you can you can fall right next to
Right next to the
room.
stairs. That was the best thing ever.
Or you can go the opposite direction.
And spawn in a monster house.
Yeah. And eventually, when you're so close to the final room that has the stairway,
Can't wait for
you get blown
Can't wait
off.
for January though. Can't
You,
wait for that.
you just get blown off, and you're just like, well,
Hell
shit.
yeah.
I've gotten blown off Sky Tower like
Because
7 times. I
The voice of
fucking hated
Ichigo is gonna be there in January.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit happening Sakami Winter. We'll have to do a debrief on that talk about that another time. Well, I mean, this stream was about E3. We should probably wrap it up soon, 'cause it's almost 1 in the morning, and we're hitting close to 3 hours and 30
it's literally
minutes.
almost there.
I don't know I wonder if Twitch even has a cap for how long a stream can be, because I know people have gone for like 10 hours. I don't know how the fuck they do that. They must not
However
have
long
real
you
jobs.
Leave it on, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't want to say real jobs, because you can make a lot of money if you're a good Twitch streamer, but damn, even that, 10 hours on a single stream without like taking a stopping and ending it to take a break or anything, that's ridiculous to me. But anyway,
E3. I'd say lackluster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's just do. Now that we've had like this really long, like probably good 20, 30 minutes of tangents. Let's do a final wrap up of what we thought. Yeah. So go ahead, Chamba. You want to go more into your
Uh,
thoughts?
a bit lackluster. There was some very big game announcements that I'm really excited for, but for the most part, it wasn't like the big games that we were like promised that would show up did show up, but it was like cinematic cutscene, no other information other than that.
Mm-hmm.
And the like few games, like Doom and Pokemon and stuff like that, like they did have like kind of gameplay ish, more information, but like for the big games like Halo Infinite,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Final Fantasy VII remake, like those games, the ones that were like, holy shit, they're gonna be at E3. It's like, hey, well, okay, Final Fantasy VII did have like the gameplay stuff, but
Yeah.
my main problem was like with Halo Infinite. Like I wanted more. I wanted more Halo, and I did not get
Yeah.
more Halo. My flashlight turned on my phone. Fuck
Well,
off.
play more.
Um,
You should finish playing Halo 5 then. Got more
I'm not gonna.
Halo.
I'm not gonna play Halo 5. I don't even own it.
I know. Let's be real. Is like, can't you get it on PC?
No,
Oh, I thought you
the,
could.
the only ones that are available on PC are
Like those like mobile
one,
games.
two, well, one, two, uh, Spartan Assault, and Halo Wars 1 and 2.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not get off on another tangent. Okay, Thompson, your thoughts.
I'm excited for the new Ori game. That trailer was pretty, but it wasn't really anything. I feel like I was under the impression that usually they have a lot more in-depth talks. That's one thing I think BlizzCon usually does really well that E3 does a little bit worse. Whereas like there's a lot more in-depth talks about the games that are generally very interesting. But like also I know this isn't like new announcement, and I already got made fun of talking about it. But boy howdy, the games floor gave us more CTR footage. That's like
A game
honestly,
that comes out in
yeah.
barely a week.
That's like that's literally the #1 game I'm excited for. I don't know. There wasn't really anything I was super looking forward to going into the E3 besides like the Ori game, and CTR.
Mm-hmm.
But CTR was like new and it's not at that point. I was pleasantly surprised by the new Tales game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if they said anything specific about it, but I assume there was some talk about that Crypt of the Necrodancer spin-off that seemed kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that's coming out on Switch. It's a Hyrule Cadence.
Yeah, Hyrule Cadence. That seemed pretty cool. I don't know. In general, I'm more excited about the indie sphere, and there's a couple interesting things there, but nothing amazing.
Okay, Adam, what are your thoughts? I don't know how much of E3 you actually watched, but what did you think of it overall?
So far, I think the E3 was pretty good this year, but yeah, it could have a little bit more stuff, like some good, other good stuff. Even though there's technically was some good stuff in there, but it could have been more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you.
And I'm excited for the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game. That was gonna be a really good game, and mostly excited for the Nintendo game. They're gonna be really good, and I'm also excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake and everything.
Yeah, all the other stuff.
Yeah, and just overall, it's turned out to be a good E3. I wouldn't complain any much else besides not for, could have been more, but it's all right. Turned out very
I feel
tough.
like it went by too fast.
Yeah, it came and went pretty much. As far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned, I didn't watch like every conference. As I've said throughout, I kind of watched snippets. I saw most of Square Enix, except when my work internet sucked, and it was because we were watching it on the tablet at work. And sometimes that internet is absolutely god awful, so I didn't see everything. But Square Enix and Nintendo are the one I saw the most because I watched the entirety of Nintendo after the fact, and I saw most of Square Enix what was happening. I saw bits of Ubisoft, but didn't really care about anything they were doing, and I saw like the tail end of Bethesda and some of Microsoft. But overall, from everything I've seen, everything I've gone back to look over, my overall opinion is that there was too much that we already knew was coming that we didn't get enough information about, and then what we didn't know was coming either wasn't as impressive as I was hoping, or wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. Period. Like we got a lot of cinematic cutscenes for stuff that we already knew was happening. Is my big thing. Like Halo Infinite, we know that's happening. Dying Light 2, we know that's happening. Though to be fair, I can judge it a little less harshly if it didn't have anything yet. And to be fair, Dying Light 2 hadn't really gotten anything yet. But any game that we already knew was happening, I was kind of hoping for something more than just a cinematic, or at least something that gives on a little more, because the Halo thing is all like, hey, look, guys, it's Master Chief. You all love Master Chief, right? And that's pretty much all you get. And he's like, I'm going to go fight. So aside from that, the big standout things for me was gameplay for Final Fantasy VII. I'm kind of hyped about the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC just because I get to play as Roxas. Seeing the reveal for No More Heroes 3 because I knew that was coming was pretty awesome. The Avengers E3, or I keep saying E3, Square Enix game, and Star Wars Fallen Order gameplay. So I think it was fairly balanced. There wasn't as much. I don't remember specifically when there was an E3 that really floored me for how much cool shit got announced, not just shown. But overall, yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I wouldn't say I'm totally disappointed, but I'm not exactly excited either. I mean, like half of Nintendo's shit was ports, so, and a lot of other stuff are just remasters or remakes or anything like that. So, I don't know.
I feel like
Nintendo
titles. Probably had the best.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we'll get to a round where we think who won E3, but also the problem with this E3 is we had a lot of shit that's already been announced and shown off, like Borderlands 3, Death Stranding. Those are two really big ones that have already been fully marketed before E3 got even close. And like Death Stranding, they didn't even wait to give it a release date at E3. They just went for it. Yeah. So yeah, there is a bit of that, and some other big stuff already came out this year. But I don't know. Like I will say, like between this coming holiday season and then next spring, we've got a lot of really, really good-looking games coming out. I'm excited for that. I just wish we could have gotten to see maybe a little more for some games of this E3. So, you know, all right, but not great. So final round. Let's take turns in this little circle I have in my head, starting with Chava. Who do you think won E3, conference-wise? And gameplay that they showed after the fact?
Conference-wise, maybe Nintendo. It's a tie between... Actually, not just yet, just Nintendo.
Technically, their direct is kind of a conference.
They had like the best overall, the most amount of like good reveals and most information about the games that are coming out. They weren't just teases and little snippets like some other companies. For the most part, like they knew what they were gonna show. Like they know what's gonna come out. They know what they wanted to show, and they showed enough of what's gonna come out to get us interested in them.
All right, fair enough.
Nintendo for me.
All right, Thompson, what's your vote?
I think trailers and reveal, Nintendo definitely won, but like conference, I think Devolvers was the most interesting.
Yeah, I just think overall, like kind of combining the two. If you had to pick one,
combining
someone that won E3, like all the factors
probably,
combined.
Yeah, probably Nintendo by just a little bit. But can we give a shout out to Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, the Microsoft. Yeah, you know that was something everyone was freaking.
Like what's close. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing everyone was freaking out about, but I didn't really get because I've never watched a
Microsoft
Keanu Reeves
conference
movie.
was just good because of Cyberpunk. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, you weren't in when we were talking about Cyberpunk,
cool shit,
but they weren't. They didn't. I was hoping we get gameplay or more gameplay for that, but anyway.
Yeah, so I'm going Nintendo, but I think it's close.
All right, Adam, I can guess who you think won.
Yeah, this one is kind of hard, but not too sure. This one, it's a neck and neck between Nintendo and Xbox because Xbox showed me Dragon Ball Z. I'm a simple man who loves Dragon Ball Z. It's my kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, so you're saying Hey, okay, you're actually surprising me. You're saying Microsoft beat Nintendo in your eyes?
Sort of, kind of way.
No, if
but,
you're no, dude, stand by your opinion. I'm not attacking you. I'm actually honestly surprised.
Square Enix had a good fair amount, like the Kingdom Hearts DLC was pretty good. The Final Fantasy VII was really good.
Yeah, but you got to pick one.
But
Which
all
one?
of them are so close. Is that it's hard to pick,
Well, you have to. You're on the spot.
Well,
you have to
this
right
one-
now, or I'm gonna kill you. Do it.
Okay. Okay. Just to be fair, I love all of them, but if you show me Dragon Ball Z, it's a clean win.
All right, so Microsoft then.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. They did have a lot of good showings, mostly because PlayStation wasn't here, so they got a lot of games to show off, and they usually do get to show off Dragon Ball. In my opinion, you know what? I gotta say Square Enix, because they had a game that's been really, really hyped up because it's been around for so long, and not only did we get a new cinematic trailer, but they gave us a very good amount of gameplay, and the gameplay looks really, really solid. In addition, they've got a lot of stuff coming out, and to be fair, a lot of them are remasters or ports, but a lot of them are things people have been wanting, or even some people maybe people didn't think about, like the Final Fantasy VIII remaster caught people off guard. The Chrono Trigger thing, or not Chrono Trigger, the Secret of Mana, like they're bringing a new a new Mana game, or Secret of whatever, and the collection, and plus that Avengers game. I mean, that reveal. Hang on a sec, Java. That reveal really clinches it for me between that and the gameplay for 7. And because the closest thing Nintendo had to getting me on this was No More Heroes 3, but that's just one thing, because almost everything else they had were ports or stuff we already knew was coming, like Pokemon. So there wasn't anything that really got me overexcited, so I have to give it to Square Enix.
I don't know if this was in the Square Enix one, but that one that From Software and George
Oh,
R.
Elden
Martin.
Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring.
I think that was Microsoft.
I like forgot about that one completely, but that one,
so did I, because I don't play the From Software games very much. But yeah, one of my coworkers is really excited about it.
I'm not necessarily a fan of like the Souls series or like the From Software games.
Yeah.
But that one, like, I don't know. That one looks interesting.
I actually have seen nothing about it. I just know it's a collaboration with From Software and George R. Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I think that the best conference was Nintendo, that I was the most interested in Nintendo stuff, considering I'm like not really a Nintendo fan and I don't have a Switch. It's like weird, but that's
well,
like the most,
they always
do the best one to me.
Yeah, they always do cool stuff though, because like introducing Doug Bowser as a new president was pretty cool. I mean, so far he's no Reggie, but they did the Bowser joke we were all waiting for, and I love how much energy they always have, because sometimes in the other ones it can feel a little played out. But because you've got so many different people, especially like the Microsoft one, because you've got so many different devs just for this conference, that some people have varying energies. Everyone up the apology fest for Fallout 76 at Bethesda is what lost it. Like if they had something good instead of either they had something like Elder Scrolls, which I don't even really care about, but they had presented it well, I might have given it to them purely on the fact that they have Doom. But varying energies, the good 30 minutes of apologies about 76 being awful, and then but Square Enix had a lot of cool. I mean, they had a lot of the actual devs there. I mean, they had shoot, why did I just forget his name? Nomura, the producer of Kingdom Hearts, Tetsuya Nomura, and he is always really passionate about stuff he's working on. So I just have to give it to them, because they had consistently good energy when they were presenting stuff, and what they presented was really interesting, even though I'm not into really all of that they showed off. I was still, I was kind of interested in it, nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I talked about this, but in the PC Game Showcase, Baldur's Gate 3 looks cool as shit.
That's the only thing I didn't watch at all.
I didn't see that one.
Baldur's Gate 3. You know Baldur's Gate, yeah?
Nope.
Baldur's Gate is like D&D universe, computer RPG, like same kind of game as Divinity.
Oh, okay.
The team who made Divinity games, Arian or something, Orion, unsure. They make these really good, detailed, choice-based RPGs that are really complicated and system-based, and they're a very good developer. They got rights to Baldur's Gate 3, whereas Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are very old, 2000s I think, and then Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was on the PS2, and that was okay, spin-off game.
The fact
But
that
then
you
they
called
got rights
really,
to Baldur's Gate 3 is D&D universe, so it's Wizards of the Coast.
the fact that you called like early 2000s old makes me feel really old because we were all born before the
Yeah.
turn of the century.
Yeah, fucko, it's old. Game-wise at least. And like, the trailer is just like the most brutal thing that was shown on the screen. It was like,
Oh yeah, it was some
was
soldier
savage.
turning
It was-
into like
yeah, it was a
weird
soldier
demon.
turning into a beholder.
Oh yeah, speaking of gruesome, that's another game I forgot about that we've already gotten a full trailer for, Modern Warfare. Like, Call of Duty not being at E3 is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I am surprised they didn't like announce.
Like, they did it
show
like a
anything.
week ahead of time. They just
Mhm.
went for it. I mean, that would have been a really big reveal to have. Yeah, anyway, we're going on nearly 4 hours on this right now,
Cool.
which
It's already
is
1 o'clock.
awesome.
So-
It's
so
like
we-
3
so-
hours, 20 minutes.
So we did like best conference. What do you think was the best reveal or showcase?
Of any
For me, it's
particular game?
Yeah, like
Dude,
overall of the
What was
entire
the game
convention.
that left the biggest impact on you?
Mhm.
Doom Eternal, hands
Yeah,
down.
Doom.
I'm excited as hell about No More Heroes. That's the game I'm most excited about. But Doom Eternal, easily. I
Yeah.
cannot wait for that shit.
For me,
Chava, also
Cyberpunk.
Doom.
Cyberpunk.
And
Yeah.
Adam, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
Yep.
I thought so. Cool. Well, I think that about wraps up everything I want to talk about, and fucking then some. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon rants not included.
Yeah, don't worry
It's
about
still
it.
cool. At least you got me into the game now.
Yeah, that's cool. We already got one convert. Dude, I can't tell you, I've sold 3 copies of Doom yesterday to like people that hadn't played it before. It's like, yeah, I played everything. I don't know what to do next. I was like, here, Doom 2016. It's $15. Go home, play it, have fun. But yeah,
Go home, play it, have fun.
yeah, pre-order Doom Eternal. Come back, give me pre-orders. I need them. Yeah. So all right, cool. That wraps things up pretty nicely. This is a nice, very long stream. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm sure to remember. I've got French fries that my mom got for me like 3, 4, 5 hours ago. I need to get to. I ate my
Yesterday.
burger. Yes, yesterday. Because I was scrambling to get this done in time. Yeah, but this was really, really fun. I like this. We should do this again. We should do like
Yes.
actually like a retrospective podcast shit, or maybe even commentate on something. Because I've still got
Yeah.
old Castlevania footage we could totally commentate over, and I could upload to the channel. But yeah, let's do this again. This was fun.
Down.
Another night.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys scheduled out. We can figure it out. But I don't know. We can talk. We just like pick a system and talk about it. I don't know, or
Let me
anything.
Well, it's nice
I've
to see
got
you.
it.
Nice to hear you again, Jake. Though. Nice to hear you again.
So, yeah, cool. Alrighty. Well, I guess we will close things out for the night then. I don't have anything to do in the morning, thank God. But
Yeah, I don't work tomorrow.
woohoo! Neither do I. I got the day off. They tried to get me in for a shift for like the first time ever. I was like, you know what? I'd rather have the day off tomorrow because I've been working all week one way or the other. So I'll turn off that display capture. That's why I wasn't working earlier. I had 2 and I didn't realize. So thank you so much for everyone who joined us at all. I mean, this is like a really fucking long stream as far as I'm concerned, because I usually only go 2 hours and we're almost double that right now. But this is a lot of fun. This is probably the most fun I have ever had streaming, and it was just talking over static images. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
again, thank you everyone who joined us at all tonight. Thank you, Big Hoss, with a lot of numbers for following, and anyone who retweeted or followed liked on Twitter. If you want more of this, because we'll probably do more of this, because this was fun. Twitter's in the description below. None of these people have Twitter or anything like that, but they're good people.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, except Chava. Chava's a dick. But aside from him,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Got him.
got him. All right. Well, wherever the heck you're from, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the heck it is, where the heck you are, and take care. Enjoy every game that got announced at E3.
Yes.
Yes.